Oh, that's a great way to start a stream. Just burp straight into the mic like an asshole. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that's working. Let's see about some audio here, maybe. Oh, let's see. Oh, good. Memes. Like memes. Fuck you, Chips Ahoy. Not looking for Chips Ahoy. We're looking for Warhammer memes. It didn't pop up my recommend lately. I love this guy. His channel. Am I not subscribed to this? Yeah, I'm not subscribed, but it keeps popping up lately. Like look at all the videos that just pop up through the algorithm. I should really subscribe to him so I can see what his next edits are up. It's so funny. This guy he mixes 40K with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I haven't seen the show, but it's actually quite funny from like the clip, not these clips, but like just the clips in general I've seen around. Like even if that's like the one good joke in the entire episode, it's like, oh, okay, if that's like one great bit and that's why they clipped it, and then like the rest of the episode is just okay bits that move the story, fine, you know? Like I just don't look too hard into stuff like the Eric Andre show or whatever. Like, yeah, it's funny, but that's like absurdist humor. You got to go like beyond. You're right. Like when you do absurdist humor, it's got to be. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go off on a tangent, but I'm just here to test the audio.
Everything, man.
Okay. This is clip. Slaanesh, typical Slaanesh worshiper.
Whoa, guys, come on. No one is taking me from behind, all right? Unless you have crack. If you have crack, let's boogie.
Yeah. Slaanesh be like.
Well, I wouldn't let him without the crack.
Can we just... Okay, let's go through the basic beats, all right? Talk a bunch of Latin.
Yeah, that's me. I'll fake it.
What do you mean you'll fake it? You don't know your Latin anymore?
No, don't worry about it. I can sell anything, you know? You know how many times I fake on the streets? You know? You have to fake. The guys that don't fake, they're the ones that get it the worst.
Craig, it's like anything we can do to have you not talk about, like, sucking penises or getting raped in the butt.
It just keeps popping up.
It just keeps popping up. Fuck no. Alright, so audio's good there. Okay. I think we are ready to go. Hey guys, you're the Rager. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to another Maker Monday. I realize it's Tuesday. I was going to do this last night, but I had to be somewhere this morning, so you know how it is. So I'm just doing it today, just because, you know, hey, cool, you know. Because, you know, yeah, I want to keep working on the minis, and also, which, well, we're doing more Moonbreaker, obviously, it's in the title, but also wanted to show you guys something cool that I found, which is, I went ahead and I finished my art wish list looking through, like, only games, and they're not the only resource for it, like, they're not the only ones that I'll be building for, but there's a lot from them, currently, that'll keep me occupied for a bit, and so I've kind of organized this by, like, different areas. So these are sort of miscellaneous ones that don't really fit in anything else. Like I don't have enough to like, you know, like there's just not anything super crazy or amazing. It's just like, yeah, they're here, they're around. Like the Dawn Guard, these guys are hard to classify. These Dawn Guard Sunlight Crusaders, because these are like medieval Dawn Guard, but then there's like Dawn Guard, which are basically guardsmen, right? So like up here with my so I kind of started at like the Space Marines, and then the Mechanicus, then the Guardsmen, then you get into the Tau and all that down here. But yeah, like there's what is it? Where's my Guardsmen? Yeah, so like you have the regular Dawn Guard guys that are here. So you can get a fair bit though, like 10 models for $25, which is pretty good. But then you compare it to like this is the reason I format it like this is so I can compare it. Like, so you can see 1-to-1. I may not even ever buy the Royal Guard, simply because I'm getting 10 Royal Guard models, and yeah, they look pretty cool. But if I can get 10 Dawn Guard, and they look basically the same, I mean, if you look like the helmet, right? Like, if you look at like the parts and everything, bodies 10, arm sets 10. So here's the thing, even this is only 10 sets of arms, whereas in the Dawn Guard modular that you can get from Daka gives you 10 guys, but it also gives you like multiple like sets of arms, so you can have like, here's your typical arms that are all like together, you know, 10 sets, right? But over here you have some variation sets, so you have like a pointing hand, you have some chainsaw, you have a chainsaw, a sword, a pistol, another pistol, and so you can do stuff like that. So you can kind of it's a modular kit, and it costs less. So in this instance, I think I'll demonstrate live why I do this. Actually, this would be a perfect instance. I mean, I might pick these guys up someday, possibly, but you know, unless I'm like wanting just the rest of the run for the Royal Guard or something, or I want specifically the Royal Guard, I don't really need them on the list because the list is supposed to be like in order of importance and you know what I'm looking for. So in this case, if you look, it's actually $7 more for the same thing, and I don't have the modularity of it as much. I don't have those extra modularity hands, which again, that gets more into like bits building and kit bashing. Whereas my first ones, I just wanted to be kind of all together, and then later I'm gonna start kit bashing and changing out heads and arms and stuff to make more specific looking things. But in this case, I would look at these two and say, well, why spend $7 more for essentially the same thing when both of them evoke the guardsman feeling, right? But these guys will also blend in with their commissar and their ogres, right? They have like these 3 ogre guys that can come with them, and they come in at like $28 for 3 guys. But these are bigger guys; these are big ogre boys. So they are like, does it say what size they are? They're bigger, like they're sized to 28 millimeter, but they're not 28 like they're ogres, so they're like probably 32 maybe. They're a little bit bigger. Because it's supposed to be like ogre-in, you know. Then there's like the Grimguard. I actually found these Death Division guys really cool. But that's not what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show something awesome. So if anybody, so obviously when you come in here, you've got some Space Marine alternatives, right? You have these Space Marine Exterminators, Space Marine Knights. A little on the expensive side, but they're fantastic models from Station Forge. That's the one thing I can't argue with Station Forge is they're a little bit pricey sometimes, just a smidgen, but they're matching that GW quality with their sculpts. I mean, just look at them. They're fantastic. And, you know, yeah, it's not exactly a Space Marine, but I kind of like that. I like that it's close enough to a Space Marine that's like you look at it and go, yes, that is a Space Marine. That is the equivalent of a regular Space Marine model or a heavy Space Marine model, and it just fits and it works, you know? There's actually the Deviators are pretty cool. These Deviators are pretty awesome because they're like the jetpack guys. There's a version of Space Marines that have jetpacks like this. They're like jump troops or some shit, which is pretty cool. But a lot of these come with like the decorative bases too. Instead of like a flying stand, they come with like they've started posing. They kind of pose and look like they're jumping off rocks and shit. Anywho, but yeah, so you got your Space Marines. You got Sisters of Battle, right? So you get the Blessed Sisters from One Page Rules, and these guys are fan-fucking-tastic. I absolutely love these ones. They actually look, to me, they actually look better than Games Workshop's Battle Sisters. So, I mean, if you look at the pricing here, it's not bad. But we're going to talk about pricing in a minute with something else. But yeah, so, and then obviously you've got the Mechanicus. They got a whole lot of options there, mostly from Station Forge. So Station Forge is giving us a lot of options for that. The only thing I'm not seeing a lot of options for, where you've got your Space Marines, your Orcs, your Battle Sisters, your Mechanicus, your Guardsmen, your Death Corps of Krieg. All of these are getting variations, even like the Chaos stuff, like the Corrupted Guard, Cult Guardsmen, Chaos, you know, stuff. I actually found this propagandist that has nothing to do with anybody. It's just sort of a singular unit. But a simple conversion of his head, if I just put like a Chaos Marine head on him instead, or like a Chaos Guardsman head, and just kind of add a bit to this and modify it a little bit, it'll just look like a dude who's like got skulls and shit, and he's like spouting out some shit, you know, in the name of corn, you know, blood for the blood god, shit like that. But I did find this one. Wait, where's the spider? Dude, the spider bot's awesome because Games Workshop has a version of this. Like, this is aping a version of this that Games Workshop builds, but or Forge World, I think, specifically makes this kind of thing. But look at it. You put this on a table and tell me that it's not GW. Go ahead, lie to me. Go ahead, lie to me and tell me you can see a difference between this and GW. Look at it. They even have, like, here's some dudes, here's some Space Marine dudes on either side of it that are all painted up as, like, Iron Fists, or Iron Hands, that are Chaos. They're a Chaos faction. They're Chaos Marines. And they've painted it up in exactly the same style. At a glance, on a tabletop, when it's this big, when it's not a very huge model, right? Because these guys are like that big, which means this is only like yay big. You're telling me standing up away 2 feet away from this thing on a table, at a glance from that distance, your brain is going to go, I know it's not Games Workshop. No, your brain's going to go, that's cool if it's moving on. So that's the thing is I want to do is like put things on the table that are like, hey, if I ever do play, then I have something that works as a, I can see it, or I can see it as like a homebrew type of thing. So yeah, you got all kinds of options. Like I said, the only thing I'm not finding a lot of options for, at least on only games, was the Eldar and the Tau, specifically. And the Necrons even have like a robot legions thing, which you have a whole lot of them. And again, I think I like the chunkier look of these guys as opposed to GW's Necrons because I don't know, there's something about them. They just look chunkier. They feel better to look at. And the NIDs are also a little bit of an issue, but there's like 2 flavors of this, with like Alien Hives being a complete rework, and then you have like what I've termed the Devourers, which are closer to proper Tyranids. But yeah, no, the thing I wanted to look at was Tau, because before we get the stream started, because it is a very interesting case that I did. Like the other day, I was just sitting here going through my list, and when I found these guys, I was interested in how they stack up against regular Tau. So I figured, now that I found like a proper source of Tau, what do they look like relative to real Tau, and can you make the same box that GW puts out? Spoiler alert, the answer is yes, and you can do it for a lot less money. So this is a Tau Combat Patrol box, right? It's a Combat Patrol for the Tau Empire. It comes with a couple of different things, which are way down here. Notice how they're advertising as well is, here's how you can paint them. This is how to paint them, right? Wow, with contrast paints, which, select a paint to find out more. Wow, that's cool. Isn't it convenient that it directs you straight to their paints? It's almost like their page is formatted for this. Like, literally, okay, it contains 23 multi-part plastic. Okay, 23 models total. That's what it tells you. It doesn't tell you which models. It has really good close-ups of the models, but it doesn't tell you which. You come down here. Oh, we think you'd like these things, too. All right. What about these paints? You want some paints? Yeah? God, this is like a dude just like a carnival barker trying to get you to fucking, play a shitty little ring toss game. You have to go all the way down here just to see what's in the box. So, let's compare what's in this box. We have an Ethereal, a Cadre Fireblade, a Ghost Keel battlesuit with 2 drones, 3 Stealth battlesuits with a drone and a homing beacon, 10 Fire Warriors that have 2 drones and a support turret. Let's see. And then, it comes with bases, but nobody's going to do that. Like, in this day and age, everybody's basically playing... Like, I know I'm going to play with, like, magnetized bases from Cobalt Keep, mainly because Cobalt Keep has a nice magnetized painting handle, like the Painting Handle Pro they just came out with. That's like awesome, and I want to get that. And I want to magnetize all my models because then you can just put them on a metal plate and move them around. You don't have to worry about them shifting around in a box. Okay, so basically, we start with the Cadre and stuff. So this is the Ethereal, right, which is one of the casts in Tau. This is your Fire Cadre guy. You've got who else? Fuck. How do I? You know what? Let's see. So we're gonna do this to make it a little simpler. We're gonna pull up the calculator first off, and then we're gonna come down here to Tau. We're gonna put all these in here to see what we have to compare it to, and then we're gonna open up a couple different windows. So we got our calculator, just for fun, just to show you guys why I even look at only games and why I've been looking for alternatives to this. And to compare how good they are, essentially. Okay, so we're going to put one over here and one over there, so we can see it over on the side here, so we can compare the images specifically. Right, so we need an Ethereal and a Cadre Fireblade. So we need this guy with a spear, we need this guy. Now, I don't think he necessarily needs a spear, but these 2 models are not standard models. They need to look different. Okay, cool. We have that sorted. Basically, immediately, that's the wrong thing. Let's see. So the Matrix Shard and the Hive Shard Alpha. Okay, cool. So we have a couple options for singular drones in just the Hive set, and then there's a Black Sun set. And then there's the Enclave's Angel Shark, which has nothing to do with this box, but it's just kind of cool. I found. Okay, so we have a couple options here. First off, I definitely want the Grand Warrior. I think the Grand Warrior as our Fire Cadre could do well, right? But we also have the Alpha Strider Droid for $10 and the Matrix Shard for $8, right? Now, yeah, none of these are exactly an ethereal, right? But, since we don't really have that alternative, I think we could have this guy as our ethereal, right? Our Grand Warrior would be the ethereal. By the way, this is from the Hive set made by... What's out the Hive? It's just the Hive. Like, that's what it is. Also, they have a... Wait, what is this? Droidkin Alpha. I did not see this! What? Did I not look at that? Hold on. Alphabetically A to Z. Show me all your shit. Hold on, I might have missed one. I think I missed this thing just because I overlooked it because I was looking at these for Tau and just Tau. Yeah, these are the Lancet droids. Got those. I basically copied every link on here because all of these kits are fantastic. So here's Droidkin, which looks kind of like Squats. So it looks like Hive Mind Minis used to be what they go by. This might have been one of their earlier builds, or maybe one of their newer builds and they're rebranding. I don't know. What's this? A Tempest Speeder from Whiteboard Designs. Oh yeah, these guys do a lot of bits. So yeah, I remember looking at these. These guys do like conversion bits. So I didn't obviously look at that. But I mean, if I wanted like my Chaos guys look like Chaos, here you go. They sell little Chaos pauldrons. Like Chaotic Star pauldrons, 20 of them. So you don't even need, like, that means you could use 20 to do 20 guys, or do all of them on 10, as variations on either shoulder. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's getting off track. But yeah, so this is from the Hive on Only Games, so if you guys want to pick these up, they're there. And this is, going to be our Ethereal, right? Because he's got a sword, right? Okay, it's a melee thing. He's got, he looks different. He's got a little cape and stuff. Cool. We could pick one of these guys, which, honestly, like, let's save $2. Let's not do the droid guy, just because this guy fits in a little better with this guy, Like, and it's really just in the paint scheme. But this guy's also got more fins on his head and stuff, which he's kind of a separate unit. Okay, so we're going to say that our Grand Warrior is our Ethereal. All right, so he comes in at $8. And the Matrix Shard is going to be our Firecast Cadre guy. Right, that guy. So he comes in at $8 as well. So we're starting at $16. So $16 off the back. Okay, cool. What's next? We need one Ghost Keel battle suit, which, if you look here, we know these are stealth, these are warriors, this is the support turret, and these are the drones. So the thing in here is this. This is a Ghost Keel battle suit. Okay. This is where it gets a little interesting. Because Hive does not actually put out anything that's... it depends on what you're looking for, really. Because there is, a couple options in here. So they have a lot of droid options, a lot of drone options. They call them droids, right? And so their whole thing is like, they're all actually robots. Warrior droids, the Centaur battlesuit. Okay, cool. So I think... Let's see, that's the speeder, that's the tank. See, this is the Thunder Crash droid. This is like the equivalent of a Tau Riptide, so down to like the little pistons and the legs and everything. And honestly, I think these Hive look a little cooler than the Tau. I'm just saying. Because they're more angular and they're just more stocky. The Tau look kind of rounded and smooth boy. Okay. So there's those options, Okay, so we don't really have an option inside of the Hive specifically. This is where Only Games comes in. I found this other one that is called a Centaur, which is obviously aping that again, right? And this is from Oscar Customs. So if you go to Oscar Customs, he's got a couple of different mech things. Specifically, these kind of ape the Tau as well. So you got the Minnow Tau class, you've got the Pegasus Centaur, Rock Drone. So you got like, if this is more your style, he's got a couple of options here for you. Nothing substantial, not as substantial as the Hive, so you can't really build an army out of it. But he does have this thing we're not using. I would use this personally, but comparing the boxes, this doesn't fit. But comparing the boxes, look at it. That is a Ghost Keel if I've ever seen one, right? He's got a couple little things on the top. He's got some hands. Okay. but we might need to change the weaponry to make it match more. Okay, cool. Luckily, Osgard is cool and includes a weapon pack. So that's going to be $8, and it comes with all these different weapon options. And if you notice these little ones on the right here, if you took this one or this one or this one and you turned it on its side, it would become this beacon. It would look close enough to being that beacon if you just kind of stuck it in the base, and there you go. Problem solved. You just kit bash the beacon. So that solves the beacon right away. If you don't want to use something else as a beacon. But as long as you make it clear that that's a beacon, that's a homing beacon, like, okay, cool. But yeah, this gives us options for weapons. So this is going to be 8. And then this thing is going to be 25. So let's go ahead and add another 8. We're going to add 25. So we are up to $49. Next, we need to get 3 stealth battle suits. I'm ignoring the drones right now because the drones are basically all going to come in one package. But for now, just focus on the battle suits. So the stealth battle suits, which I picked up, I have them, are these. So these 3 guys here are stealth battle suits. Hive has us covered there. They have echo droids, right? So we have a couple of echo droids, which are, if you look, miniguns, right? Big shooty plasma gun, big shooty plasma gun. It's essentially the same thing. I mean, okay. So that's for like $20, let's say. Now, if we come back here, though, there was some other options. So if you want to spend a little more money, you could get burst droids, right? And just call them, your stealth battle suits, right? Which they look a little closer, There's a little shield, gun. Okay. But, let's go with the echo droids, because clearly that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be stealth battle suits, echo droids. They're clearly stealth fucking, like, literally in the description. Echo droids are sneaky boys that stealthily infiltrate your enemy lines. We know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're selling it as a Tau stealth battle suit, but they're legally distinct, so GW can't do shit about it. So, gouged wallet, you may suck my cock. So yeah, we have echo droids for $20. Okay, let's add those guys in. So we're up to 69. Nice. Let's see. So what do we need now? The last thing on our list are 10 fire warriors with 2 drones and a support turret. Luckily, we are covered with the warrior droids. Now, personally, I could see myself, 1-to-1 trying to replicate the box, you're going to want the warrior droids, obviously. Personally, I would go with the burst droids instead, just because they look fucking cooler, right? Maybe just take the shield off, don't have them with the shield, right? Because the shield is maybe like a separate part. It depends on like how it is in the build when you get it, whether you can do that or not. But I think it should be separate, right? The arms I think are, yeah. The shield is on the arm, but I'm sure if you take a little hobby knife, you could probably just pop that thing off and modify it slightly. It seems to come as part of the arm, but like with this one, it's already kind of detached. He's just holding it. But even then, it's like okay, you just there you go. So these guys are obviously closer to it, and what is this? A turret! Fantastic. So here we go. Warrior droids come with 10 guys, rifles, torsos, legs, marker lights, which I think marker lights are supposed to be homing beacons, right? I'm not sure in this kit because it doesn't really give that much of a breakdown. And then there's a turret with SMS and missile pod options, so you have different options for the turret. So, 10 guys, 10 guys. Same fucking thing. Same goddamn thing. Let's see. And they come in at, where am I looking? I'm looking at the wrong spot. $28. So we're at $97. We need to now make up for the missing drones, right? We have the homing beacon we've already kind of covered. So we need to get 5 drones. And here we go. Support drones. Problem solved. Like, immediately. Here. Support drones for $18. Now, that's assuming we have, $18. But if you want to be a little, off the beaten path, you can come in with some of these Black Sun variants, which are, they don't have, Daka Daka didn't make a whole bunch of these Black Suns, from what I can tell. They're just sort of a couple here and there to augment and be a little different. They're mostly drones, though. Like, they're mostly drone kits. So it's like 1 guy, 2 drones, right? This is a drone commander with like 5 drones. I think it's like 6. Yeah, it's like 1 model. It's like 1 guy with 5 drones, I think. Yeah, 5 drones and 1 operator, which is still pretty fucking baller. When you think about it. Like, even then, I mean, you could forget this guy, and you could just have this guy be your, like, leader, you know, because he's standing at the little command terminal, you know, maybe. So yeah, if you want these drones, I might end up getting these drones because they're bigger, they're beefier, they're cooler, you know. They're pretty neat. Let's see. And then, you know, but then you just have the regular pack of drones, so you could get 5 of these guys for $10. So if you really wanted to save some money, you could. But then, you know, you get these guys. They go with the army. They have a couple of interchangeable options, so they all look a little bit different, which is fun. And yeah, so these guys are $18. So we're being generous to GW by not mixing and matching this army and not picking things I would personally pick. But we're being generous to GW on this, right? We're going to be real generous here. $115, guys. That is for, you know, a proxy for the Ethereal, a proxy for the Cadre Blade, a proxy for the Ghost Keel Battlesuit with multiple weapon attachments, 3 stealth battlesuits, 5 drones, a homing beacon, 10 fire warriors, a support turret, all of that. And it is, hold on, let's go here, $160. $45 we saved by building it through only games, thanks to the Hive. Now, I can't speculate on the physicality of it, but by the numbers, right? Because I haven't ordered it yet. But eventually, one day when I order all those bits, I'm gonna start small and order like 1 bit from each like range that I want to do and see the quality of it first. And then be like, okay, that's good enough. I'll order some more, you know, and like get the kinks worked out of that before I go committing to a whole army on there. But yeah, no, you guys want a combat patrol? $115. Like, you save so much goddamn money. And like the money you save, like let's say we want to make up that other $45. What else could we get in this kit? Now, here's something we could do actually. Instead of the warriors, we can get these guys for 22, so we can actually save a couple bucks if we get. I think these guys are only 7 though. No, these are 10. Yeah, no, these are also 10, so you can build 10. They need to redo their like images here because Station Forge does it beautifully, where you see everything that's in the kit, like how many models you're gonna get, like beautifully. But yeah, no, I mean, just look at some of these like details and shit, like especially my favorite thing is this like Thunder Crash droid. You guys want to see how much a fucking Riptide cost? You guys really want to see a Riptide? Like, let's look for the Riptide. It is $115, guys, for this fucking thing. Actually, is it a Riptide, or am I comparing it to the wrong thing? I might be comparing it to the wrong thing. Yeah, 95. Even if it is a Riptide, you're already saving $20 on that. No, it's something else. Hold on, let me look up Tau, because there was a Tau mech that has little pistons on its back legs that looks exactly like this thing, like word for word. Oh yeah, there's also Commander Shadow Sun, which I'm reminded of, so I need to look that up. Yeah, this is the thing. It's a Storm Surge. Like, it's like, look at this. Look at this. Big ass cannon, big ass cannon. Rocket batteries, rocket batteries. Pistons on the legs, pistons on the legs. Tell me this isn't a Storm Surge, guys. Tell me it wouldn't look exactly like a Storm Surge. I mean, shit, you want it to look exactly like a Storm Surge? All you have to do when you assemble this thing, let's see, what parts does it come in? Obviously, it's a big multi-part thing. Like, look at how separated all the bits are. Nothing is, like, fully connected. So all you have to do is with these, with, like, the missile batteries, right? These big missile batteries. Since these lock into this, all you would have to do is instead of locking this into the shoulder, remove the shoulder joint, place them on sideways, and it would look almost exactly the same as a Storm Surge. So if you really want to be picky about it and be like, I don't like the fact that it has shoulders. I don't want to have any arms. I want to just have the shoulders be the artillery batteries. You can do that. That's your choice. You can build it that way if you want to. Cool. Like, $185, guys. This is $95. Almost $100 in savings. It is fucking 50% off when you build it through the Hive instead. And again, I cannot speculate to the quality of it, as I have not bought one of these yet. I have not gotten any models off of Only Games yet. I haven't ordered any, so I can't speculate on the physicality. But assuming that the prints are as good as these renders, right? Assuming that they actually come in the box and they look this good, and there's minimal cleanup. I mean, here it is. It's a thunder crash, storm surge, right? And small secondary weapons are magnet ready. It's literally designed for magnets already so that you can swap out the smaller weapons on the craft, which is pretty thick, my guy. I mean, let's look at the description on this. Colossus, yada yada yada, 171 components, includes one Citadel oval base, which is flimsy and shitty, so you probably just want to get a fucking, cobalt base anyway. So there's Commander Shadow Sun. So there's a version here called Commander Shadow Moon, which is absolutely fucking hilarious to me. Now, this one does not come with the 2 drones, but as we saw, I mean, you can basically just get drones from anybody else for like way less. So it's $9 for this Commander Shadow Moon, which is essentially the same thing, except instead of it being a big suit of armor, it is like, fitness alien mommy with like abs out, which is kind of interesting. But I'm sure you can find some way of like putting armor on this figure and building it in a certain way. Like, let's see. Models made with Daka Daka, right? This model will serve as a wonderful proxy for your space communist commander for the greater good. Like, they literally like are like, yeah, we're making proxies for Tau. Fucking buy it. You know what it is. $55 supposedly. Now let's take the drone cost out of there. Let's say this model alone costs 30. Hell, even if it costs 20, that's still a 50% savings, right? And again, some people might not like that her chest is exposed and all that. Like, they might want the armored look, but if you want the armored look, you could literally just buy like a head, like a Tau kind of head, and put it on somebody that looks like Shadow Sun. Then, you could just get like somebody similar. Yeah, that's one thing I found Daka is kind of lacking in, and they're improving all the time and they're adding things all the time. But it's like, yeah, like with the Patreon. Actually, let's check out their Patreon. Why not? Let's be cool. We're gonna be cool and check this out. So, Citizen Firstborn, Hero of Mankind. So $12 a month. That's your maximum you'd have to pay these guys, and you get discounts on the STLs, discounts in their store in general. So it would probably be very worth it for me if I'm gonna order a lot from Daka Daka. To before I start ordering, I should probably go ahead and order that shit straight off their store. So let's see. Do they have like a straight up store? Like, do they have their own like site, or do they go strictly through only games? Let's find out. No, they do have their own actual honest to god store. So these are physical minis. So we're talking physical minis. I mean, look at this. Here's all the Taus, guys. So remember how I said like, where the fuck are the Taus? Here they are. So this is shipping from the UK, unfortunately. So it'll probably take a while to get here, and I have to pay for all that. But I mean, they make some great bits and stuff. Let's see. Grimdark Future, Imperial Guard, Imperium of Man. I love that they just call it this because they know what you're looking for. The TAO Coalition. They're not the Tau, they're the Tao. Yeah. Here's a Spectral, guys. So remember how I was saying we needed there's a Shadow Runner. So we needed an Ethereal. This is our Ethereal for $6.89. And it's in USD, so I know they take US currency and they will ship to the US, obviously. Did not receive a mech bag or banner in my command squad, although I did get a few mech. Oh, that's unfortunate. They had a shipping error on that one. It's possible to have more Death Division models to ship from the UK, but in the US takes forever to get there. Sorry for long response coming. We're already fixing that, so they're having shipping issues, obviously. So I won't be ordering from them quite just yet. What is an Angel of War? Hold on. No, now I'm getting off track. But yeah, here's an Ethereal. You wanted an Ethereal? There's an Ethereal. Angels of War, so these are like Battle Sisters. Which, again, I don't like Daka's version of them. I like the other one better. Just because it looked cooler. I mean, you got this guy, a Shadow Runner. Like, okay, I'm sure he's some sort of stealth unit, but he could stand in as the Fireblade cadre for the combat patrol. I mean, shit, you want to compare tanks? Let's see. Let's look at Tau tanks real quick, and then we'll get on to the rest of the stream. I'm just using this time to badmouth Games Workshop, honestly. Yeah, so these guys, they do like Robot Legion. Oh, they have their own version of Robot Legions. Yeah, I think I did look at these in Only Games. Like when I went through Only Games, I think I did see these, but I didn't like how spindly and raw they look. They're just sort of They're cool if you're into that style. Great. I just prefer the Robot Legions on here. Like if you look up Robot Legions, you get like two versions. You get like let's see. So you'll get like the Robot Legions from DACA, but then you'll get the Robot Legions from One Page. And I think One Page honestly does a better job of replicating the feel of the Necrons than DACA is doing. Like DACA's more giving you like an option of, hey, this looks cooler than GW. It goes harder than GW, you know? Like torn off limbs and shit, you know, and wires hanging out, stuff like that. But yeah, no, that's all then. Anyway, but yeah, that's how you can recreate Tau armies using just this, and you can save like a good bit depending on what models you're buying exactly. Like here, Dark Strider, that's clearly what DACA was putting up with that, like, Shadow whatever the fuck it was. Shadow Runner, whatever the hell. Here's a Pathfinder team, $60. I mean, we've already established that you can get a drone like this, pretty similar, through the Warrior Droids here, and it costs, my god. Like, excluding the two drones, you're talking 10 guys and a turret. 10 guys and a turret. Like, for fucking $28, like, half off. Like, you're gonna save a fair bit. Just straight up, no matter what you're buying, you're gonna save. Like here, yeah. See, here's the Tau Empire Commander unit, right? So that's like, and there's the Riptide suit. There's like different options. Idewall drone port, which is kind of cool. Let's see, where was I looking here? There was, yeah. So there's like the Hammerhead gunship, right? I think that's the only one they have is the Hammerhead. But then Hive comes in here with the tanks. Not only do they have the tanks, they have a tank expansion. So when they give you the tank, it has, for $65, you get enough parts to create one Tiburon or Splendid tank. Turret options for the Tiburon are the Ion or Rail Cannon. Front secondary options are Carbines, SMS, or Burst Cannon. On the nose, on the underside of it, there are options for a sensor array or a burst cannon, and it includes two prow options. So I don't know what a prow is, but I think, which part is a prow? I'm trying to see what part's like different. It would seem like maybe this part is the prow, and so maybe it's like different. I don't know, but it's enough to build one tank, right? And it'll build either configuration of the tank. Now here's the kicker. Is you're saying, oh, well, you know, then I need to magnetize the model because maybe that's, you know, I want a different kind of tank. Nah, because they got you covered on that one. So the bits in black are from the other one. So there's like, these and the guns, right, are already in this kit. So then if you go here, it says, this kit contains enough parts to combine with the Tiburon Splendid Tank kit to assemble one additional tank. It includes main wings, engines, so everything that's not like blacked out parts not included. So basically, you don't get this, you don't get this, you're just getting the yellow bits here. But that's enough when combined with the leftover parts from this to create an additional tank. So instead of having to buy two kits and always having wasted parts, right? So instead of having to spend $130 to have two tanks and bits left over, you spend 65 and 38, so that's what? 65 and 38 is 103. So they save you $27 by selling that expansion, and you don't have any bits left over after that. Then you just have like two tanks ready to go, a Tiburon and a Splendid, you know? Awesome. And you could still magnetize them at that point. You could still be magnetizing some of these bigger models, like click things on and off, and if that's what you felt like doing. But yeah, that's just what it is. So this is why I have a massive list of this. Like, this is why. So before we start, I didn't want to see this one. So this is on Bits of War. So this is like a different this is from Cromlech. So it's a little on the higher side. It's $41 for a single model, but this thing is massive. This thing on its base is like, look at the size of this boy. He's a big old boy. He's like a big badass mama drone, and I don't know why. I don't know what like unit it's supposed to be. Because if you look at the Tau, I don't think there's really an equivalent unit to that. Like, we're looking for like what's in the Tau Empire. We're looking for like drones. And I'm not seeing a big drone of that equivalent, but it is really cool. So if you wanted it to come in as like a proxy for something, and it didn't really, yeah. So here's view all. So we do have some more options here. So you have like the strike fighter and shit like that, and so you got different things. Oh, they have dice. That's cool for the Tau. Let's see, the Cadre Fireblade alone goes for $33.50. Jesus, GW, fuck right off. The fact that like I saved money from I got that friendly local game store discount of like I spent $30 on these in person. By the way, they're $35 on GW's own site. Fucking eat me. There's a little thing that's cool. There's some shooter droids, which wait, I've seen that. I've seen something like this. Hold on, I just realized I've seen something like this in Hive. Hive has, I think, Longshot droid, right? Is that it? Yeah, it literally is the same thing. Look, 3 Longshot droids and an operator. Like for $12.50. It's almost. Oh my god! Like that's almost 80% off, right? Because 10 out of 50, 10 out of 50 is 20%. So, oh my god, actually no, that's over 80%. That's almost 90% less cost for exactly the same damn thing. Like it's the same thing. I guarantee if these companies were somehow legally allowed to use the same visual, these guys could print it for way less. Like it would take them way less to develop these things. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't like that. Vespid Stingwings. I don't like those. Those look weird. Fire Warrior Breachers. These are guys with shotguns. So we heard Breacher Team. Yeah, Breacher Team over here. But I'm not gonna go through all that. But yeah, the Angel Shark's pretty cool. No, we're looking for like the equivalent to the Angel Shark. Like, who's the equivalent of the Angel Shark? I don't understand. Oh yeah, we didn't see the Crisis battle suits because they're in the where are they? Not the Verse droids. There's a version of them in here. Where is it? Long shots, Echoes, Warriors. Did I not link that one? No, not the Vanguard Speeder. Did I not link that one? Was I not interested in those ones? Because I know there's a version of these. There's a version of the Crisis battle suit in here. They're like a bigger one that I don't think I was interested in buying because it's just there's a lot of them in one purchase. Yeah, they have more vehicles and stuff like the Vanguard. They got the Tiberian. The Vanguard and Tiburon. Yeah, the Lancet droids. Did I not? I swear to God, I had the Lancet droids in there somewhere. Hold on. Really, no Lancet droids. Ain't that a bitch? Where's my Yow? I want my Yow. The fuck? Why was he not in there? Yeah, but you can see these are basically Crisis battle suits. I mean, for $80 here, you get these and a bunch of dinky droids. But for 82 over here, you get how many of these? 5 Lancet droids instead of having these, and 63 weapons and support bits. 63. Not to mention this is out of stock. I want one of these. These like Tau energy wall things. I want a couple of those. But they're out of stock. Oh look, these are sold out. We still can't find an equivalent to the Angelfish, which okay, yeah, it's just some form of big ass drone. So if you had like a big ass drone type, maybe like a Tidewall drone port, you could say it is like a drone carrier. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, that's currently what's there. I actually found some really sweet Eldari, or they call them Itanari, so or Iturni or whatever the fuck they call them. But these guys are pretty cool. Where are they? Like the battle dancers, Like these actually look pretty sick. Like I didn't even when I was going through there, I never planned on fielding Eldar, but looking at these, I could see myself fielding Eldar just because they're really cool. Like these ones have bikes. These ones are sky fighters. These ones are the Wild Maidens. So it's kind of interesting that the Wild Maidens have their hair like undone, which is just kind of fascinating. That's like a design choice. These guys are like riding up on the bikes. These ones have wings and stuff, and they're very cool. They're very like, I mean, God, compare them to fucking Games Workshop, right? Compare them to Games Workshop Eldar. Like the Eldar and GW look kind of shit. Did I not just look for Eldar? Hello? Eldar? Oh, sick. GW's own site isn't showing me Eldar for some reason. Armies of Chaos, the Xenos army. Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't call them the Eldar anymore. Now they're the Aldari, right? Shut the fuck up, James Workshop. You called it an Eldar. Just call it an Eldar. Why the fuck would you call it an Aldari? Like that sounds dumb as hell. But yeah, I mean, even if you look at like the Eldar from GW, like their heads look kind of weird. Their helmets aren't like. There's like shining spears. You can only buy these in 3s, you know. Let's see, I mean, you've got like the Harlequin troops and stuff. Here you go, Skyweavers. Same thing I just saw, right? Same thing with these Battle Dancer bikes. Skyweavers, Battle Dancers on bikes. Same fucking thing. $5 cheaper. Or actually, $7 cheaper over here. And again, they don't look as fucking stupid. Like, I have to say, these designs... Well, these are Harlequin designs as well. So, we're looking more for, like... I mean, do they even have a regular version of that? I don't even think they have a regular version of those guys. But, like, look at, like, the striking scorpions and stuff. Like, their heads look kind of doofy. Whereas these are, like, no, it's a proper, like, helmet visor, you know? And that's not to say they look bad. It's just they look kind of doofy when you compare their designs to, like, these designs, which are clearly more refined. It's, like, so much nicer. Big ol', yeah, here's the Wraith Knight. All this bullshit. Anyway, that's it for me bitching about GW and their nonsense. So yeah, there are definitely options out there. Let's get to painting some Blood Angel Moonbreaker stuff. Try to get through a couple a day. Might just get through 1 or 2 though. I don't know. Might be a shorter stream just because. I don't know. Kind of tired. Didn't sleep as much as I should have last night because I was up doing my minis list. I was just up fucking around like a doofus, like a big old doofus. But yeah, that's I fully plan on getting some of those at some point. Some of those guys. Just to, I think I'll start with like the Great Warrior, the Grandmaster. I think it was a Great Warrior they called him. The little dude with the hat and the sword and the cape. Get one of those from him. Get like, you know, some of the sisters from the Blessed Sisters line, etc. Just gonna load. Oh, there we go. Taking a while. Weird. Alright, let's go. Collect and paint. Got a notification here. See, I gotta go through these one day. Listen to them. Alright, who's next? Zax went through, Antios is done, Deadeye, Fixer. Yeah, we stopped on Fixer. Oh, we gotta go through Maximus, Stitchy McPatchy, Axel's done, so is Beatrice, so is Broken Vengeance, Atonia, Drum Dancer. Okay, so I'm gonna get through at least Maximus and Stitchy. I may not get through Atonia and Drum Dancer. It depends. Let's see. Doesn't paint me to Maximus. The Maximal. Okay. Let's see. Where to start? Because this is all going to have to be hand-drawn, by the way. Like, everything you see that's a different piece is a different piece, you know? Like, I've already separated out. So... Alright, first off, let's start with the eyes. Do our usual eye bit. Here, get our airbrush. See, now he's looking the wrong way. God damn it. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Now he's looking sort of in the right way. Oh shit, I forgot this one's not really attached. And you know, get a skin color back in here. We gotta paint. See, this is like how bad I was telling you guys it gets. It gets real bad on some of these earlier models. Yeah, so definitely the next thing I paint, I'll try and like make the scheme simpler, you know? Like, have detail in certain areas, but if I want to paint the entire roster, I'm going to have to batch paint it. That means less details. But then, like, some things I can go, you know, more interesting on. Like with, I plan on at some point doing StarCraft paint schemes in here, so I'm going to do a Terran, a Protoss, and a Zerg one, so, like, any of the beastie type guys get the Zerg stuff, any of the, like, alien guys get the Protoss, and the humans get sort of the Terran colors, you know? That kind of shtick. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll do his face. Maybe airbrush this on. Maybe simply in trying to wiggle it back and forth. So I'm kind of just being a little messy with it right now. I'm not sure if that's particularly a good idea. You know what? Yeah, let's go back and we'll just use the paint instead. So we'll come in, slightly smaller brush, and I'm not gonna like go crazy with it, but I'm also not gonna be like super touchy about it either. I'm just gonna kind of go through, and then if I see any areas that stick out, I'll come back and mess with it. Shouldn't be a problem, but like this, you can just kind of hit this. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? My frickin' thing isn't on. I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering how it just jumped from one to the other when that's not supposed to happen. Because my little toggle wasn't on to tell it not to do that. I would do something with his lips, but I'm basically just gonna let the wash handle that later. It's not hard to get too precise with this. It's a pain in the ass and shouldn't be a thing, which they clearly acknowledge with the newer models. They're like, yeah, we shouldn't do that. You know? Hopefully, when they get done with some of these newer units, they'll double back. I really hope they do that. They're like, hey, you know, we're gonna go back and update it. Kind of like in 3D printing, where like, you know, they'll just move forward most of the time instead of going back and fixing their old sculpts, or like taking the old sculpt off and being like, no, that thing sucks. This is a better version of it. We just updated it. Here you go. You know. And I'm painting the underside where no one will see, but I'm also thorough because I am a psychopath that hates myself. So like with this, where there's a lot of little points, I'll tend not to get too wrapped up in it, and I'll just come back and clean it later. This. It's a lot easier to do that. Carve it out. And carve it away to the individual strands. Again, that's hair buried under a helmet. It's entirely irrelevant. However, shut up. Bits in the nose to kind of darken it a little. We want to kind of hit the whole nose, though. We don't want to just hit part of it. Hit like walls of it too, so it catches the light at a certain angle. You kind of see there's a little bit of a shadow happening in there. All right, we gotta get his eyebrows up here. And this will be the inverse of what we just did with the hair, where we go to a finer point on the hair, because it would take more work to clean it after, rather than precise with it. Smaller brush, because now we have to clean this up. I have to swoop not once, but twice. Gonna minimize your mouse clicks. Doing this kind of stuff on a computer. Minimize how much effort you have there. You want to let the tool do the work. That's actually looking pretty great. Like I'm really happy with that color combo, because I've been watching the 40K lore stuff at work. You know, just because I sweep and I mop the floors at night. You know, it's such a mindless task that I at first started listening to music, but then I realized, wait, I can get on YouTube and, you know, So let me actually learn about 40K more than just like the faction stuff. And so I went. I've been watching Luton's like playlist, and it's a great playlist. It goes through like all the stuff, like the Imperium of Man, the fall of man. What is a vulture? What is what is what are all these things? Where did the Tyranids come from? What was the first contact of the Tyranids, etc. And so recently he mentioned in one of the videos he brought up the Blood Angels for a second, and he was like, oh yeah, this is compared to like the Blood Angels, where the Blood Angels had more of a paler face. And I'm thinking, I thought they were supposed to. I thought they had like kind of normal skin, and this is a paler of a face. It's just not as pale as it could be. Like this, like it could probably have been even paler, but it's they're kind of vampire guys. But at the same time, this works with the hair, so it's like, oh yeah, the hair works with this, typical sun-kissed Caucasian look. So it kind of works better in this instance. I want to try something here, and I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I want to try it. I have an idea. So if we just do this lightly, oh my god, we actually do awesome bit of a gradient there. Wow, that's actually a really interesting gradient. Because it's like, you can tell it's black, but you got those bits that. And then what if we did, what if we went up to like a high white? Like even further than that. Like, less than that, Just like... kind of a zebra thing. I don't know if I like that. Here, let's turn it down, because white's a very strong thing. We don't want it overpowering anything. I mean, I'm going to erase all this anyway. This is just experiment. And see, that's what I love about digital creation like this, is you have Control-Z. Anything you don't like is changeable. You don't have to commit to anything. You can just play and try things. Hold on, let's get cool off the front here. I mean, that's really cool. So if you wanted that look, it's so easy to achieve that kind of look of, gradient. Okay. Oh, wait. That back. There we go. Alright. Where to now? Honestly, with a piece like this, I want to just leave it for the most part, but we're going to have to come in and do some manual stuff. So I think I might give him brown boots overall. We're going to do brown boots overall. So, not like full brown, just like the boots brown. See, this is the problem though, is it leaks into all this other shit. So it's like, trying to give him just brown boots is a Sisyphean task, So it's a lot easier to just kind of come in here and paint this singular stripe to add that accent mark of like, yep, that's silver, we're good. Instead of trying to come in and do a whole boot in brown and then clean up around that. God, I really want them to let us have decorative bases at some point. Like, not even with, like, props or anything. Just let me paint the base itself. So I can, like, recolor the base and put them on, like, a grassy field or something, Okay, here... I think that's fine. Again, it's so poorly delineated on these models that it is not worth the trauma. The absolute goddamn trauma of trying to add like very cool little details to, unless you're doing it just for that one model. I'm batch painting this as like part of an army. Like the whole roster is supposed to look like this instead of just one commander unit that looks really, really detailed and awesome and amazing. Like if you want to, great, go for that. But me, I like my sanity and I like to get things done on stream. And I want this, and the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can move on to other paint schemes that are a little more interesting. Like, if I was really going hard, I would do, like, the detailing of the Undertype's foot and stuff. But, no, I'm not a goddamn psychopath. I am not going to go that hard on it. I just need to add those little bits of gray to give it some kind of interesting color. Yeah, so like with the hands here, I'll add, like, I will do the knuckles. I know it's kind of insanity to do that. I'm a little bit of a psychopath for doing this, but it will come out very, very cool as long as you make it nice and clean. It comes out very, very cool. Like, once you get that on, you can see it kind of draws the eye to the hand. Like, you can see, like, oh, that's a hand. There are knuckles there, you know, that maybe you didn't see before, just because it's all one color. By, you know, Dad. It's a contributing factor to why, like, 40K tournaments have a rule that your models need at least 3 different colors in them. Because, you know, people would just show up with unpainted colors and be like, oh, yep, I'm ready to go. It's like, no, you're not ready. Nobody wants to stare at that shit. Go home and fix it, Todd. Like, what the fuck? Sorry to all the Todds out there. Todd just kind of popped my head. Like, fuck you, Todd. Alright, these I think could be kind of cool if I do that. And then we can do our dimple. That's kind of alright. I like it. Cool enough. It just kind of shows, like, hey, there's detail here, there's something to look at. Not necessarily it shows anything, but that is in fact very cool. And, you know, we're gonna actually paint. It gives me a nice harder edge to work with. I think I'll just little dot in the center here. Like a hey, look at me belt buckle. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You know what? I need a little brown in this piece. I think I will change his coat. Change anything else? Yep, it changes that top part. I have to be careful with that. Okay. Gotta be careful with the coat. We don't want to change the top. We don't want to change the top. Come on. I have to use a smaller thing, aren't I? Okay, yeah. Just because that gray's a little much. You know? I feel like the brown will catch the tone a little better. We already have the darkness up there and the black, you know? It's like, there's no real need for it to be like that. We do want to add some gray to the weapons, right? Obviously. I don't think I'm gonna call this guy done, like, as soon as I started, you know? Let's see, this could be like maybe a plasma port. You know what? I say we forget the details on the normal map here, and we just say this whole thing is yellow. What do you guys think? I won't tell if you don't. Because at a distance, you're not really going to tell. You're just going to be looking at the massive amount of color that's in that area. And so you just kind of go with the flow sometimes. And that's how art has to be. You know, you cannot force art to be a certain way. You know, and that doesn't mean you let your ideas run off with you. Otherwise, you end up like George Lucas with his dialogue in the prequels, which I love the prequels. I still say they're better than the original trilogy, and it's like really awesome. You know, it's so cool with the Clone Wars and everything. Hell yeah, man, it's great. But that being said, I still recognize that yeah, there's iffy dialogue, but that does not mean you get to hate the whole movie just because some dialogue doesn't land. Which is clearly written by George and not edited by anybody, or at least he wouldn't allow anybody to change it, you know? I mean, look at like him going back and retrofitting. Like, I love that I went from like, you know, saying like, oh great, George, I love your movies, so I'm immediately about to shit on one of his like design decisions. But the thing I'm getting at here is that like you have to like let art be the way it is, and you can't stress it about it. But no, so like the thing that I don't like about Lucas's style and like how it's like an example of why he clearly needs an editor, he needs someone to pull in the reins, which is fantastic. Like every creative person, every artist on the planet should be cranking the knob up to 11, and they should always have an editor coming in behind them, turning it back down to maybe an 8.5, maybe a 9. if it's a really good idea, but let's never hit 10. Okay, let's never go full throttle. Just because if you look at like the way he redid Han Solo years later, like when Han shot Greedo, and the only objective correct answer to the question is, oh, who shot first? Fucking Han shot first. Han Solo shot Greedo. It was a preemptive measure. He knew Greedo was about to kill him. It was self-defense. That's what it was, George. And the thing that annoys me is George went back and he's like, oh, I didn't want people to see him as a murderer or whatever. And it's like, nobody saw him like that. We saw him as the rogue. We saw him as the smuggler, right? Like, that's what we saw him as. And trying to edit it later makes it look stupid because the timing of that scene is not designed for it. He just kind of crams in that extra little laser blast, and it's terrible. It ruins the whole fucking moment, It's so obnoxious. That being said, pretty fucking cool. A little glowy bit there. It's gonna be hard because I gotta like glowy bit the whole thing. Get like an equal stroke across the entire thing. Breathe. There we go. Yeah, you can kind of tell from a distance it's kind of lit up. It's kind of hot, There we go. Right. So now I gotta do that with the other gun. But yeah, no, that's how art should be, though. Is like, especially when you're doing something like this. This is for myself. This isn't a job. This isn't a requirement. This is fun. This is a hobby. If you're on a job site, yeah, absolutely do what the boss tells you to do. But that doesn't mean you have to like it. That doesn't mean that what they're asking for is necessarily a good idea. Look at literally every EA game where clearly fucking morons were in charge and executives were coming in and making demands and ruining the entire product. Like, why? Why is it like this? Don't know. Because Jim from accounting said it would be more marketable. I don't fucking know, man. Again, sorry to the Jims out there who are accountants or who work in accounting, Like, sucks to be you, but you are that guy sometimes. Don't be that guy. That doesn't match with that, so we're actually going to change this. Same thing. Just so it seems similar if you were to look at the back. I think I'm good. I mean, I could go crazy with like doing all the lines in here, but I think it works. Like the wash is going to come in and do a lot of this work for me, so I don't really need to do much more with it. Just leave him alone because he's not delineated. Like if I do like a lot of super specific detailing, I'm going to do it on exclusively the new models. Like I'll paint Fixer 50 times before I paint another crankbait, Like, oh my god. All right. Yeah, I think we're good here. Let me go ahead and save before anything happens. On the safe side. On the saved side. But let's see. Needs wash, so we're gonna go black wash at 15%. Crank this up all the way, and we're gonna go wooshy wooshy and wooshy wooshy and wooshy, and from the front wooshy. There you go, and just kind of let it sneak in there and kind of do its thing, grime it up a little bit, just make some areas pop. Because you can see, like, 1, 2, 3. You can see, like, it just ever so dampens the model. Doesn't make it as saturated. It just works. Oh, man. Is there a buckle over here I've missed? Kind of, but it's stuck in there. I'm not going to look for it. I don't care. You don't care. We're moving on. We want to paint something cooler than Maximus. Sorry, Maximus. I love him as a unit, but damn. That boy's paint job. A bit rough to get around. Okay. So obviously, we want to paint this big friggin' plus up here. In yellow. Okay, you know what might be easier? It's just painting the like thing itself. This. And then coming in with like a red. Actually, you know what? It would be perfect to put a blood drop on his head. Imagine though. Like we just put a blood drop in. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Gonna look awesome. A little warbly. Yeah, no, for a free hand, that's actually very warbly. Never mind. Put that back. Gotta kind of tilt my head to the same similar angle so my brain will think good. We're hoping that's temporary. I want to go a little further than I anticipate so I can, you know, tear some of it back off afterwards. That's what I always do with these blood drops. I always refine them later. Like this. Ooh. What is happening there? Why is that color? I don't understand why that yellow was not that yellow. Oh, my god, look at the yellow. That's wacky. What? Why? I don't know. I don't know. Weird. Actually, I'm gonna airbrush that to get a little bit of a better transition. Try to. Oh, you know what? Thing's on. Turn it off. I might. Yeah, that's what I want. Nice harsh. There we go. That's a lot cleaner. So yeah, like the aliasing there was just really bad. So it was not going to help me. It was going to hinder me. In this case, when I do this. Oh, fuck me. I got to try and get this parallel to it again. That's an airbrush. Try this. It's warped to the side, isn't it? God damn it! This is so frustrating. I'm trying to find like the right angle to paint this freaking thing at. It'd be so much easier if I just had a blood drop thing that I could recolor. But no. Don't have. Do I have one? Hold on. No, I don't. Let's make me search. Okay. Yellow. No, too much yellow. It's gonna sharpen it up to really show that it's blood. Yeah. Then we'll come back in with a little black outline on that. Not too much. Just a touch. Oh, this hand drawing drives me nuts. Give me stencils. Give me custom stickers. Give me PNGs that I can import. I know you'd have to vet every single one of them, but come on! Okay. God. Hand painted details are for the birds. I need transfers. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. I ain't doing that shit. Nope, fuck you. We are not doing that. I will make it match, though. We will make it match the yellow. Okay, his eyes. These are these his eyes? They're like big both. They look kind of like eyes. I would assume they are eyes. Actually, you know what? I don't want it to be there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna assume these are eyes. We're just gonna send it. Okay. Airbrush. There we go. You got cucumber eyes. Yeah, good enough. I'll take it. God, I definitely want to go in there. Hold on, can I go in there with a wash and just kind of? Did we just get that with a wash and then we come back in with a dry brush? And just... No, see, it doesn't catch it right. Unfortunate. Yeah. I thought I saw something at the corner of my eye here. Unfortunate. Because that's like an area I would need to go and manually paint in that nice sharp black line if I really wanted it there. Oh well. Alright, backpack. It's kind of leathery. Can we get this separate? Or is that part of the... Oh no, that is separate. Okay, so we can make that cooler. I'm thinking black, actually. Because we kind of already did the brown thing up here. Oh no. Oh no, it's like the whole... Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, these parts are... Yeah. I remember this being, like, all red, or, like, the reason it was all red was because it wasn't delineated. Maybe they changed Stitchy's, things. They might have updated him. So that's interesting. You need some gray in him. There's not enough gray in this robot. See, now there's too much gray in the robot. Yeah, see? It's fine. It's an okay amount of gray for a robot. It's an appropriate amount, I would say. We want to redo maybe the needle to be like a black needle. Should be getting the other side too. Yeah. Okay. Gotta get it nice and close on this one. That should be fine. There's no obvious, like, globs of gray coming out of that. Oh, I'm gonna have to airbrush every one of these, aren't I? Yeah. Because it would just look really nice if I did. I'll do this one too. So, you know what? Let's try an airbrush technique on this one. Nah, that's better for, like, streaking. Okay, yeah, just making sure it didn't, like, control E too far. This is some sort of, like, thing in here. So maybe we could imagine this is like some sort of canister holding something. Like, maybe the canister's his hand. Yeah, you know what? We could do that. Glowy bit. Across here. See, it's not sharp enough for me to want to go through with it, you know? It just makes me want to not. It immediately makes me want to just throw up and die and hate my existence. Okay. Try this again with the eyes. You know what? We ain't go cat eyes on this one. Just kind of... like, not stupid. Go with that for the eyes. It's fine. Ain't gonna get much better. A little bit of black on here. Has a pop. Zing. Is that an eye? I don't know what these are. They look kind of like a face, but... Eh. Wherever it is, it's got a black dot on it now. That looks like crap. Never mind. Not on those ones. Those ones, not so much. These ones, though. See, some of these just don't work because if it's a raised surface, you have to actually hit it properly. Paint instead of an airbrush. If it's concave or it's just like a flat face with like a normal, you know, a normal baked detail on it, it works fine. Here. Ooh, excuse me. So it's coming back to bite me. Airbrush. There you go. That's pretty cool. What about these areas? What about these little servos? Maybe just a paint line through here. That'll look cool. Side. Never forget about the other side. Oh, fuck's sake. Just could use a little touch as well while I'm at it. Doesn't take too much. Do it while I'm in the neighborhood. Work. Alrighty. What else we got? Some servos on the arms to do. No. Feet and the legs. Ugh. I want consistency, so I gotta do it. It's a dirty job, but somebody's gotta do it. Okay, anything here? You know, all my other needle tips are black. I might as well make that one black too. Just kind of draws the eye, you know? Let's see. That's good enough. And get a sweat over it. Legs, don't forget the legs. This one's gonna be. Oh, that one's an airbrush. The other paint ones will come back in with the airbrush. Right. Let's see that one, so we're good there. Oh, he's got a little pouch on his leg. I would like that to be brown, but then everything around it's gonna be brown. Why? Why would you ever look at this and say, yep, the pouch that is absolutely a different, you know, mesh from the leg. It's clearly just... Oh, God, as a prop artist, man, I fucking, like, I'm a hard surface artist. I know that that's different geo. Why would you map them to the same... I feel like that's gotta be, that had to be, like, an art director's choice. Is like, oh, yeah, people will want to paint the whole thing. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to paint the whole thing. I want to paint bits of the thing. You know, separate the bits. Makes it so much easier. Alright, I think it's good, except I I do want to paint an I9 on his face. Let's see here. So it's gonna be I, top, down to the bottom, I. Oh, don't forget it's got a tail on it, so I can't go that far. Maybe, like, this big. How the fuck does the I9 go? I always forget this. I gotta go look at somebody who's got the I9. Who's got the I9? I think you got the I9. Good here somewhere. God, I forgot how good the wash made this one look. No, you got... I was thinking about putting an I9, you got the blood drops. Who's got the I9? Who around here has the I9? That's fake. Alright, where's like, literally anybody? Crankbait has the I9. Where's Crankbait? There it is. Yeah, so the I is tall and thin. The 9 is thick and big. Thick and wide. Thick. Like that. Okay. Thin I, thick 9. That's what it is. So, a tall, thin I. A thick 9 on the inside. That's the inverse. What I was saying. That. These are all going to get strokes, so these will look bigger in the stroke line anyway. I like that. Ah, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm a fucking idiot. That's not the symbol. What am I doing? Oh my god, my brain. My fucking brain. Okay. It swoops around. It goes down like a normal 9. It crosses at the point. It crosses over the center bar, but stays above the bottom bar. Okay, Jesus Christ. My brain is fucked right now. I cannot make it, like, do what I want. Okay. Normal down, cross the middle bar, up into a tail. Down, cross, up. Down, cross, up. Down, cross, up. You know what? That's my best one, and it's not going to get any better. Dude, these freehandings suck. Give me an alpha channel. Give me a way to mask this properly. Oh, that's far too thick. Better than that. There you go. God, it hurts to do. Takes such freaking precision. God, right now, I've got my fucking art professor in the back of my brain yelling about my stroke width. Oh yeah, don't make sure not to make it too thick on the hair. Fuck! God, my art professors are in the back of my brain nagging me about elements of design right now. I know, shut up, I can't draw with a mouse, alright? Stop yelling at me. Let's see you draw with a mouse and do much better. I really feel like I made the eye too big. I may come back in and fix that. I want to see what it looks like first, though. Come on, just get there. Just get there, please. Oh, God, okay. This one. Oh, just finish it. Just finish it. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't do the insides. Oh, for God's sake. Whoop. Great. Whoop. Oh my god. This is hell. I hate freehanding. Okay, that's better. Yeah, see, it's like this one's like longer than that one. But I don't give a shit. I don't have the mental fortitude to go and fix it. It says I9. It's got a blood drop on the top. It's close enough. God, is it close enough? Okay. I think something that could be fun is I would like to do this with the crosses. Just sort of a I want to do kind of a funky pattern with this. So I want to do that, and then maybe do the red on the inside. You guys kind of see where I'm going with this? Like, yeah? You guys picking up what I'm putting down here? Sort of like that. Oh, nope, not like that. A whiter. So it can fit the whole thing. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of cool. But maybe not that color combination. Maybe, like... Because whatever the outer one is going to be our, like, stroke, you know? So, maybe we go with the gray on the outside. You know what? Let's try this a different way. Do it in little spurts like this. Instead of trying to do the whole square, just gonna go line by line. Much better idea. That way we can cordon out the outside, and when we get to the inside, we're good to go. Oh god, I would have to do this 2 more times. But if it comes out really cool, you know? But then, again, this is just an experiment. So we want to see if I can do this. Like that. And that. And that. And that. And maybe a really thin dark stripe. Draw people in with. Like, obviously this is not the final design, but just a test. Oh, that is kind of fucking awesome. Ooh, see, I don't know about the colors though. Hang on. I have an idea. I know I want the gray at least. Like, at least we can have the gray plus. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna test colors on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna test colors on this one. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, have a couple different ones to look at simultaneously. Yeah, you know what? That would be a better idea. That way I can simultaneously see 3 versions of it that I can compare to constantly. Rather than trying to go back and frickin' forth with it. Testing colors, trying to remember what the last color combination looked like, what it made me feel when I looked at it, you know? Like, these are elements I would go over. I wouldn't go over every little bolt and weld on this robot, but I would go over the areas like this that are just big patches that you can have fun with. Okay, that. There. Okay, and then we're gonna do the middle, obviously. Okay, so this one I think we'll try the yellow on. Try yellow on this one. And then red. The final like width of the strokes and everything will obviously be refined. What this is, I'm just kind of trying to gravitate towards a certain color scheme. Okay, so that is gray, yellow, red, black. Okay, so we have yellow, red, black. Another variation might be red, yellow, black. And then a third variation might be black, yellow, red, and then black, red, yellow. Yeah, okay. So let's compare that, and then we're gonna flip it. We're gonna make it red, yellow, black. So this one we're gonna compare red, yellow, black. See which one I like out of those two. Too big. Already, I'm kind of a fan of this one. Like I'm not taking as much time with it because I'm just trying to test the colors. It's a little subdued. I like the yellow. It draws the eye a little more than the red, yellow, black. Yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, I think we just go with this one, to be honest with you. Oh shit. There we go. Sometimes it has to load like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with this one, and we will work our way in. So we're gonna go here. There. What we'll do is we'll come back in with some gray on the very edge of it to kind of square it off. Well, let's do that after we get all of them in. That way we can cut all of it evenly, rather than trying to do that multiple times with multiple colors. Well, actually, no, I would have to do that multiple times with multiple colors. Yeah, alright. Yep, we gonna have to do this real easy peasy. This real clean like. We want to get the full effect here. We're gonna tap all these off. Shit. And then we'll make sure we cut this first. See, this is where having a square brush would come in handy, because then I know the end is going to be nice and chopped where it should be. So yeah, look at that, and I don't... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go back. Go back when we had the yellow. There we go. And I'm just going to let it ride. And just feel it. Flowing with it. Like, I'm just straight vibing with this. Kind of just... There we go. Oh. A little off, but that's okay. At distance, you're not gonna tell. Now we gotta do that 2 more times. Oh, why did I decide on this? Damn it. No, anything worth doing is... Anything cool is worth doing, you know? Let me think about it. You think the guy that invented the fucking what you call it, the blimp or the zeppelin, you know? You think he invented that because you know, it was easy? Nah, he did it because it was fucking cool. The standards of the 18th century, the 19th century rather. I don't know, when was the Zeppelin invented? It's gonna be a tangent. Yeah, it's gonna be a tangent. Square. Hold on. We'll find out when the Zeppelin was invented. When was the Zeppelin? 1899. Yep, so it was the no, it would have been the No, that would have been the right before the 20th century. So it would have been the 19th century. Let's see. Oh, so I was off by 100 years. Sue me. Like exactly 100. Well, I was off by 99 years. I wasn't off by an entire century, technically. I think. I don't know. Shut up. Stop questioning. There. Go. All right, last one, boys. Pray for my soul. Fuck. Damn it. God damn it. All right, let's get a little closer. Number one rule for drawing a straight line, no matter how you're doing it, you have to look where you're going, not where you are or where you've been. Just let your body do the rest. Yeah, God, that does look really fucking cool now that I look at it. Oh my god. It's such a pain in the ass, but so cool. Can we talk about him missing a fucking finger? Like, he's missing one of his fingers. Is that supposed to be like a reflection on his abilities as a surgeon? Like he's like the four-fingered doctor. He's missing a finger, or at least the fingertip, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I would like to change this though. Okay, that's disconnected. I don't know why I was being so gingerly with that. It's not even connected to the same mask. I think that will do it. That. I could come in and get all these little servos on the hand, but I really don't want to. That's a pain in my ass. So, that's Maximus and Stitchy done. See if we can get on to the other ones and just kind of keep her rolling. Alright, who's next? Tonya to Tonya. Good boy. Oh, wait. We forgot to wash. Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot to wash him. Bring it. Pull it down. 10%. Alright. Here you go. Wash his top side too. Ooh. An interesting little pattern we've got going on there. Kind of cool though. It kind of accidentally made a sort of rusty, oxidized look. Like there's kind of a stain on him. That's kind of fun. Yeah, didn't realize it would do that. Happy accident, as our Lord and Savior Bob Ross would say. Alright, let's see. What areas can I get away with on this thing? Cape is separate. This cape also separate. Arms. Make those yellow like we did with the other guy. Just to really make it pop, you know, because our Under Armour here is yellow, so. Get brown boots. I want some other kind of boot going on in here. Black boot. Black boots, black gloves. Okay. Add a little bit of contrast in it. Let's see, brown. Maybe brown main jacket. No. I'm thinking brown cape. Maybe gray cape. Let's try gray cape, brown fur. See how that comes out. No, definitely not. Brown capes, gray fur. That's works. Oh boy, these are gonna be fucking fun. Oh, kill me now. Alright. Oh, it's all connected. Fuck. Okay. You know what? I have an idea on this one. Try and do our little washy technique like we did last time. Go like powerful wash in here. Dry brush should be able to clean it up for me. Can't see. Can't see. Yep. Again, I'm losing my mind. And we're gonna dry brush black back on. No, that don't help too much. Here. After that, I'm taking my APN next week towards the end. If I had a chance, I get a pass on the. Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I hope you do good, man. I know you've been studying hard for that one, so. This didn't turn out exactly. Do that a little bit. See if we can get a little more precise with it. Ooh, you know what? Dry brushing yellow. That's kind of that's kind of a happy accident. That's kind of what I was going for to begin with. So I'm trying to make this like a radioactive core or something like there's volatile material in here. So I'm making it like an emissive. Oh my god, this is annoying. I should not have to do this. Well, we don't live in Shoodland. Oh god. God damn it, now I'm just thinking of that clip from American Dad, and it's so good. It's okay if it's a little dingy. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some regular old paint. Oh, clear up what's happening there. That's the nice thing about an emissive, though, in this, is that if you're going for an emissive, it's okay to color, like, the areas around. You'll probably want to do that anyway to show off, like, oh, this is light being generated. So, if it bleeds over like this, that's not necessarily a bad thing if you're going for that full. But I don't go for the full. I just leave it as sort of a singular, like, light source, not too powerful. Whoa, what did I do? I don't know. I hit the side button on my mouse and it flung me back over there. Yeeted me into next week. So now let's try and maybe try a whitewash on this. And then a yellow dry brush. That's kind of interesting for making streaky, rusty parts. I mean, it's not going to work at all for what I proposing, but oh, actually no, it kind of does. Hold up, it kind of works. Wait a minute. There. And let's see here. That and then dry brush system. Remember that video I shared? Works on console as well. Oh yeah. No, doing the next time I mod New Vegas. Yeah. No, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. I just kind of knock this back off the edges. Oh, my hand is gyrating so much right now. I don't think I'm getting that much of an effect from that. No, it's actually subduing the effect more. So you know what? That's a lot of extra effort for no reason. I could just paint it like this. Wicked out of the wash. And again, if I really wanted to, I could decrease the percentage on the wash and all that, but when you're working at this scale, you also want to exaggerate some things, so the size of this being exaggerated a little bit helps the eye when you're zoomed out to actually catch on to that detail. There we go. Okay, my elbow was stuck on my desk. It sits in a very particular spot, so it wouldn't really follow my mouse. Nice. That's pretty cool. I want to try something though. Did we use this one? No, just a regular old paint. And then a yellow over that. Rather just maybe a yellow over the whole thing. What happens if I... no, not that. Okay. What happens if I put like a white in here? And then a yellow. Yeah, it looks more like painted on stuff. If we just do a white. What if we do an airbrush? Very small airbrush. There you go. A bit of airbrushing white on that. Yeah, that could be fun. Maybe an airbrushing red, actually. That'll kind of mix the red and the yellow. Nah, that's just a sore spot. You gotta do these experiments from time to time, you know? You gotta kind of work it in. Okay, not bad. Her teeth are all... yeah. Let's fix up those chompers. Let's see. We want to do a pre-wash on the braids. Yeah, just something to darken them a little bit before we get to the full wash. Maybe not that much. Do like pre-wash of 15. We don't want to like start seeing results. We want to get just a touch of results out of this wash, so we can tell that it's slightly there, and then the full wash later is going to come and help out with that. Okay. Gotta do our knuckles, obviously. Naturally, obviously. Back. Let's see. Which faction currently doing? I am currently painting the entire roster as Blood Angels. So, yeah, after that, I'm thinking I want to do some StarCraft stuff. So, like, Terran, Zerg, and Protoss, but, like, not like the whole roster, but just, like, the aliens get... The aliens get Protoss, the humans get Terran, and the, like, beastie type of aliens, they get Zerg, you know? Or, like, the, yeah, you know what I mean. Like, depends on what they look like as to what faction they're going to go with. We got another belt here. Zoom in enhance. Let's see. That big enough. That scale, but that scale works. Okay. Black, a little bit of yellow on it. Airbrush. Hey, look at me, type of thing. Oh, this is gonna be fun. We get to handcraft these. Let's see. It's gonna work. Nope, that's not it. Back. Kinda picked it up. Kinda didn't, though. Yeah, no, not particularly. Alright, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Want some results. So, let's see. Maybe these. Got a fucking thing to do. Tighter on this brush. That's what she should. Yeah, there we go. That. Do I want to do the undersides? No, that's kind of just something to make it pop. Gotta do it here so that we know that that's the same type of thing going on. Let's see. Anything on the inside of the news and such. Okay, let's go with the paint on that. I'm gonna start here and just kind of. Actually, no, maybe an airbrush. Alright, what else could we do? Ooh, why is that color? What the hell? I don't know what's going on there. It's supposed to be yellow, not red. That's weird. I'm tempted to do these chevrons down the top of her dome. Lot of bullshit, though. And we'll just do them real quick. Ain't that much. Yeah, that definitely looks cool. I definitely want to do that. I mean, I would do the outside trim too, but that would drive me up a wall. I don't think you guys want to see that on stream. I think that would be pretty stupid. Let's see. I think those are pretty cool on their own. I don't think I need to put a, line down the middle, but let's do that. Anyway, just to get the idea of it, and if not, then oh well, we will go back to that because we have the. Yeah, no, we definitely don't need that. I think those little dots just kind of add a nice contrast on their own. Knuckles are done. Yeah, I think we're pretty good on her. I think so. Let's show that her boots are similar to Maximus's boots. Add gray stripe and tip, as one does. Okay, next. Here. See, it's elements like these that it's like symmetrical elements on the mesh, I think, should be linked in some way. Like, that should be a toggle, like with the masking. How there's, like, the auto mask toggle. There should be a symmetry toggle of, like, what you're doing to one thing, if there's, like, similar shapes that are linked on the map to the same thing, you know? Like, for the shoes, you know? Like, these are clearly based on the same thing, you know? So it's like they should be have a sub-mask that puts them on the same thing. Where one happens to the other, you know? Or just, again, have the better masking. I feel like better masking solves that issue anyway. But still. Just the more tools available, the better. Need to get some gray on these dudes. Again, I would do the whole thing, but that's more like doing brushing and gradients and all this very involved stuff that I don't want to do with this set. In fact, I'm going a little farther than I should in some areas for a batch paint. So in the future, if I paint, like, you know, I plan on doing, like, Death Guard on these guys one day, or maybe Thousand Suns, or something like that. If I do, then I'm gonna chill out on their color schemes. Like, I need to go to, like, standard colors of what they are, and not so much, like, oh, this would look really good with, like, this little detail and this line and this da-da-da-da-da. It's like, okay, yeah, it would, but I might be overdoing it, you know? Might be giving myself too much to do, you know? Alright. I think that's good. Excuse me. I'm tired. Alright, yeah. Go for the wash. Oh, God. Why did I do that? 15%. Little darker than I would like it on that wash, but that's okay. I think it works. It works pretty well. Okay, next up is the drum guy, the drum dancer Tlali. Sub says, finally wrapped my Borderlands 2 playthrough of collecting every legendary, so I'm taking a break from my current character, creating a separate character to see if I can get the Cipra weapons? What the fuck's a Cipra? I don't know. Oh, that's cool though, yeah. Yeah, no, I played the shit out of Borderlands 3. Like, I actually quite like that one. In certain ways. Like, I got to a point where instead of finishing and doing all the side stuff, fighting all the side bosses and stuff, I was like, you know, I could keep going, but I've beaten the game and I've gotten like 90% of it done. There's really nothing to hold my interest to get to max level. You know? Yeah. The pink Cipra is the pink rarity weapons that you get from raid bosses. Ah, yeah. Gotcha. Oh, I actually didn't tell you guys. I've been watching a lot of play on tabletop. So if you guys are looking for like good battle reports and stuff, and just watching and learning the rules, because I'm kind of picking it up as I go, and you know, like, because when you read like the rule book and stuff, like I haven't, but like if you try to listen to somebody tell you the rules of Warhammer, it is fucking frustrating. Because it's like there's like 7 parts to each turn. There's like 7 phases. And there's like the shooting phase and the psyker phase and this and whatever, and you know, so it's just like easier to watch play on tabletop and get it that way into my brain, because it's just like, okay, you know, here's the movement phase, he's measuring, okay, and then here's the shooting phase. I'm gonna shoot this thing at this thing, and it's gonna hit on these numbers, so I roll it. So it's like, oh, you know, I caught myself last night kind of picking it up because he said, oh, this is going to hit, you know, this hits on 9, so I need 9 or higher, you know, and he rolls 2 dice, and so my brain is subconsciously already calculating the dice with him, you know, because that's what was in the video, and I'm looking at the dice, and the second it doesn't show 9, I didn't even have to wait for him to confirm it. I was like, oh, there's no 9, he doesn't hit. And so it's slowly happening where my brain is kind of picking that stuff up. And it seems very like, duh, of course you would. You know, it's like he says he hits on 9, like, but it's when you watch like a whole game of Warhammer on a tabletop with all these minis and all the different phases and shit. It's like, yeah, but play on tabletop's fun. They do some good stuff. I just wish they would like tell you what is currently happening. Like they tell you what turn it is, like so they'll go between turns. Like the narrator will come in every now and then, like comment on things. But other than that, in the video editing, I hope like I'm watching their shit from like 3 years ago. Hopefully their newer stuff has like more like, hey, he's in this turn or whatever. But I guess they're also expecting you to watch it as like a war gamer and not as somebody who's just like meh, like a fucking moron like me. Let's see, I want to recolor these. Some green boys, maybe. Some green plenty boys. With a white wash. White wash. Gently. And some yellow dry brushing. That's pretty cool. We want to pre-wash the hair. There you go. What's next? What's next? I'm liking the way the weapons came out. I just need to add a little detail here or there. Yeah. So much I could get into with this. Like, some areas I will. Like, I will trace the hell out of this. Wait, maybe I don't have to. Ooh, that's interesting. Very interesting result. Ugh. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna get closer though, so it doesn't hit that. Wait a minute, I kind of accidentally discovered something. Because usually what I would do with a piece like this, I would come in and I would like very carefully go over every line to make it stand out, which is cool, and I might end up still doing that. But I wanna experiment with this wash real quick. It's kind of awesome. Okay, I see what my issue is. Hold on. You just paint the whole fucking thing yellow. Then we'll come black. Wash. Oh, yeah. Little too crazy. Yeah, don't go too hard on it, but that looks so cool. It's easier to get a black wash to pop on that. I've said this numerous times. It's easier to get black washes to pop on a color than it is to get a color to pop on a black wash. Ooh, she got like an engine. Oh, we're gonna do some misses in here. Hold on. White. Brush. Like that. Hello. Actually, no, wait. I'm doing that backwards. I'm a fool. Damn this thing! Stupid cable's in the way, and they for some reason linked it. Why would you do this? It's in my way! Idiots! You fools! Why would you think that's an okay thing to do? Look at it! If I slip, it doesn't come out right. Okay. I can do it from the side, though. That's fine. I just have to get it to be the right size and the right orientation. That. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. That's something I hadn't considered before. Until I had that washing trick on the other one, I hadn't even considered that. So, maybe... Yeah, here I would definitely want to come in and like manually do it with a paint. Like just certain areas though, not like the whole thing. The wash itself later is gonna catch some of those areas for me. Just certain things. I mean, little bits here and there to kind of. That'll get caught by a wash, I'm sure. Like this thing could definitely be there. I'm getting flashbacks to James Bond. I remember vividly. I was watching Man with the Golden Gun, or Man with the Golden Gun, when I painted the other one like this. It had like the runes on its head. It required me to come in and do this. Super delicate with it and precise. These are fun because you can just kind of follow it with one stripe and it gets done. You don't have to try and fill in every corner. Oh, excuse me. My fucking throat. Oh my god, I don't know why my throat was doing that. There you go. Because like from back here, you're just gonna see that. You're not gonna see all these little pixels and this aliasing. What's wrong with my throat right now? Oh my god, my throat. Sound like fucking Yoda. You will be. You will be. Okay. I want to match these, so I need to go back and paint those, actually. Now that I decided to change that, I need to go back and repaint those. Motherfucker. Hold on. Yeah, that's gotta be black. I don't know why that's got a touch of red in it. Gotta be red the slightest. Alright, here we go. And we gotta come in with a black wash. A little too much. A little too much. Yeah, maybe I go to like a 15%. I'll let it start grabbing on. Not bad. Just gonna want to dinge it up a little. Delineate those lines and let it know, you know. Let it know. Let's see. See, there's so many lines running through this one that I could go for, but just fucking do not want to. Like, but just because you can't do everything doesn't mean you shouldn't do something, you know? So it's like, you can get some of these areas if you're very careful about it, not an idiot like me that keeps painting the same area 4 times because he's not paying attention. But yeah, you can get like little stuff like that at distance you'll go, ooh, look, wow. You know? And it pops even more once you get the wash on there. Like these I want to recolor a bit because I want them to be more like feathers. Let's see what all encompasses that. That's painting the back thing as well. I'm not opposed to that, but I'm not exactly a fan either. There you go. You know what? I need a little brown in here. Maybe this little area could be brown down here. Let's see, what areas get touched by that? I think it's just that belt. Yeah, it's good. Add sort of an earth tone in there. Among all these highly saturated colors. Oh, God. So, like, look at all the detail. I would love to go in and grab all that, but it's sort of a pain in the ass. And I sort of don't want to do it then. Like, it makes me want to not do it with just how much of a pain in the ass I know it's going to be if I do it. Like I would, but then the stream would be like 6 hours long, you know, because then I'm going in for every little thing, you know. Okay. Anything with the face? No, we just need our usual nostril paint. Let it catch. That also. Not that. Maybe airbrush. On the inside of the throat. Kind of dampen it. So if you were to see up in there, you can see it's darker than the rest of it. It's not just the one color. You want to come in and do... Maybe I'll do some stippling on this to kind of match the spots the other guy had. You know? Just kind of... That. I just add the cheetah spots in. Up there and up back here. But this is easily retained. It's just one red color. So. No, you know what? If I'm gonna do that, I want to do it like genuinely I want to do it, you know? No. No. I'm not gonna do it at all then. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. Like if I was gonna do that, I would come in and just manually be putting those in. You know, like very specific pattern of like large ones and medium ones and small ones and no. No. No, we did not do this. Okay. Oh, we did. I went too hard. Yep, the wash went too hard. That's good. I went like 3 on each last time, so this time I went just like 2 swoops on each. That should work. Okay, that's not bad. About 2 hours, yeah, give or take. Let's see, do we got anybody else in this row to do? Oh god, not this guy. Oh. Alright, you know what? Maybe. Did we do him real quick? Like, we are not doing all this other nonsense with it. We're just gonna detail a few things and then dip. Because I am not doing all that shit. Oh, that's interesting. There are actually 2 types of fruit in here. You know what? In that case, I might make that one that color and that one this color. And, wash of white, wash of white, wash of yellow, wash of yellow. Sure, why not? No work. Maybe his eyes. Oh yeah. Yep, this is gonna be an airbrush moment. My face when airbrush moment. This one's cute though. His eyes look kind of goofy, but that's okay. Definitely want to do this one in here, even though he doesn't really have eyes. Still a cool idea. Yeah, because when you look at it from out here, you just see that bit of green and white in there, and it's intimidating. I like it. Here's one of these things in here. We need to make him blue. Blue with a whitewash, yellow wash. Hey, what's next? What's on that? Yeah, we can do a little bit of yellow in here. I don't want to go crazy with this guy though. Cut to 5 minutes from now when I have done something completely asinine with this character. Fuck it, you know what? Run that thing all the way through. Having a tinnitus moment, that's fun. There we go. I ain't doing the backside. Fuck that. Alright, fine, I'll do the back. Didn't realize there was a back one. You just really like their little runic symbols, don't they? As holes. Can't you just have, like, a two-color palette, you know? Why you gotta be all fancy with it? That'll work. I ain't doing all this bullshit on the inside. Because, frankly, that's a bunch of bullshit. Alright, let's see. Bit of wash on these. What else can we do here? Anything? We got like this up here. This could be like a cool jewel thing, I think. We inside the... Yeah, there we go. Oh, you know what? Better idea. Go green on the inside. Cool. Here we're gonna do some black. They're all similar in size. This is a pretty great system where the mouse is like relative. So like the size of the cursor for the paint head is relative to camera. So even though I spun the camera around, it looks like I'm farther away from the model. I'm still this distance. So this and this circle are the same size because it's dynamically adjusting it. To know that my camera has not moved from this zoom level. Therefore, anything should be that gets applied should have that same thing. I just realized that's his arm sticking out, and I need to apply skin tone to that. Oh my lord! Cannot believe I didn't see that the first time. That is just straight up his arm, and his neck, and his other arm. What the? How did I not see any of that? I made him like mostly red for some reason. Why did I make his skin red? Fuck. I feel like a lot of these, when I detailed them, I just went for the basic colors, because I knew I'd be coming back in and doing this detailing work later. Like, I just picked, like, a couple of basic stuff. Yeah, like, these little runic symbols, I love doing these. These are really cool, because you can just kind of... That. It looks cool. Make it in black. Black on red, and then yellow on... maybe. Then yellow on black. Oh, see, there's like all this stuff in here. I could maybe do a teardrop in there if I do a really small one. Like a blood drop rather than not a teardrop. Why do I keep saying teardrop? Now, I could do that, or I could try... There's no way in hell I could get an I9 in there. That's just not gonna fucking happen. Do I do this a little smaller, you know? And then we do it maybe the yellow outline. Really draws the eye with that yellow stroke. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. That kind of marks it as a Blood Angel rather than just being a guy with Blood Angel colors. This I could see myself doing. You know, I could just... Because, like, stuff like this, it just takes a quick little... 2 swoops, you know? And it makes it so much more interesting. Whereas something like this, you gotta go here, you gotta go here, you gotta go in these little squares down here, and... It doesn't really add anything, you know? These are hard metallic pieces, so I'm not gonna add... Or maybe I should. Maybe I should add that. But do that I like... Nah, see, 'cause that's all part of that. I ain't not gonna do that. What else? What else? Come on, there gotta be something else here I can do to this guy. Without going completely batshit overboard. Oh, I do need some brown in here. Gotta work some brown in. Ooh, that changes a lot of his... No, he's already got a lot of red, though. See, I think we just do brown on his clothing. That and the robe, you know? Ah, but then it changes, like, the outlook of the robe and the red. No. Have that as a separate thing. Fine. I'm missing gray. There could be some gray. Maybe a gray cloak. Kinda cool. Maybe a gray trim on the... Oh, no. I'm gonna do that. We'll just do gray cloak. I'm interested. I could try and paint that black. Nah, I actually kind of like that gray and yellow look. Kind of fun. These little beads could be recolored. Maybe like black beads. Because there's an awful lot of like yellow and brown and red in here and not too much. There's a lot of lighter colors. And the wash will take care of it mostly, but... Helping it along is never a bad idea if you really want an area like this that you want to accentuate. Show it off, you know. Because now if you look at it, next there's black in there. Just breaks up that mass of color. Really helps. Thinking these could be fun to do. Yeah, I could probably just swoop it one side to the other, honestly. There we go, yep. Oop, this one's going to take a little dexterity on my part. Yes. Yeah. Pretty good. Fantastic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Oh, this is a face. This is like an actual person in here. I thought it was a mask. Okay, so this guy's kind of all about deception, isn't he? Because when you look at him... That's weird. Wait, does he have multiple faces or something? Yeah, 'cause that's his neck there. Oh, no, wait, so it might be a fake. Yeah, no, that is a mask. Put it back. That is a mask. God. Yeah, see, this guy's all about deception. See, this looks like a face, but it's not a face. Where this is a mask, and this is a mask, but covers the neck, which is... Oh my god, it's kind of intricate when you look at the design of it. Like, the thematic narrative design of this character. Let's see. A couple of back pieces wouldn't hurt. Then again, I can put the I-9 back here. Oh, you know what? No. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. This could be fun. Of course I gotta... Anyone? Nah. Nah, doesn't look too great. Think that'll do her. There's not much more I could really do to this piece. Not off the top of my head, nope. Nope, nope, nope. I think we're about done there. Grip. For wash. Not bad. The wash didn't do much, but it did pop a few areas. That works. Alright, yeah. Fate Twister Tandem. Alright. I think that's about it. So, we got 5 done today, actually. Once I started accepting that there were, like, levels of detail I was not willing to go to. Okay, so just as a little review. So we did Maximus. We had some emissive guns on, so that's kind of fun. We did Stitchy McPatchy. I think Stitchy came out as the best one today. There's just so many different areas you could work with, and that was just so fun to do with the plus symbols, little crosses, like. And the I-9 just fits really well on his face. I think that's a nice touch. Detonia wasn't too bad. She kind of ended up like my sniper over here, a little too much wash. But, you know, so be it. Let's see. And then Drum Dancer Tali, not bad. Kind of a good use of the wash here. More of a primal look, though, you know. Let's see. And then Fate Twister Tandem. I think Fate Twister comes in second today. He's pretty good. But yeah, it's definitely Stitchy McPatchy that got it. Like, it's always the robot characters. They have the most, like, intricate, cool things to work with, you know? Not just like, oh, here's a character. Because robots are, like, they're not just characters, they're environment as well. Like, they are hard surface, they are, you know, a specific kind of look, but they also have to feel like they're alive, you know? Because that's what makes them a character. It's how you present it, how you set yourself up for that. Alright. We are nearly done with the entire top row. So that's pretty good, except for Zuna, but we can't paint Zuna yet because it's a temp model. This is one of the next ones coming in. You know, and then this one. So they're going pretty heavy on the... What faction are you guys with? The Cholek, right. So the Cholek seem to be getting a lot of updates lately because there's, like, quite a few Cholek characters. The reason I say that is I will show you guys what I say that for. say that because they have. I go to my library page. Apparently one of their guys, Charlie, is like game director on Moonbreaker, previously of Subnautica. So he's the game director. He's been posting like on their Reddit of like, hey, here's some of the upcoming units. He's been doing that for like a week, and so they decided to like post them. So a lot like a lot of the upcoming units are going to be Cholex, which I am fucking fine with, mainly because they would add to my Protoss army that I'm going to paint. Because all the Cholex, since they're like robots, they are so getting the Protoss treatment. But like look at these. Some of these are great. I mean, this thing with like all the little energy beams around it. Let's see, like this guy's great, where it's like a multi-part robot that's like split apart by tendrils. That's cool. This one's floating around on ethereal beams with like two little garden thing, like two like things on top of it with like little flowers growing off of it. I like this. This is really interesting to show the scale of the model using another model people are familiar with. So this is Maximus. So if you know the scale of Maximus, then you can see compared to the normal, like Maximus is like their standard human unit. So compared to a normal human unit, it's like twice as big as Maximus. Like it's gonna be a big fun thing, and like doing these with like creepy smoke and stuff, like it's gonna be fun. Like look at this thing. This thing a chonker. So it's definitely taller than Maximus. Big old chunky robot flower with like a big tendril arm. Oh yeah, big drill boy. I want to do a big daddy out of that. I want to do a Bioshock Big Daddy, like a Mr. Bubbles, because he's got the drill arm. He's got the drill arm. He's got the bigger thing. That had to be inspired by Bioshock. It's like this big drill rig type of thing. Oh, it's so cool though. I like he's got little minerals in there, like he's collecting them, but he's also powered by them. Yeah, this one we saw. This one we're gonna be painting. So Pacifier Otley is in there. The rest of these I do not remember seeing. So yeah, Pacifier Otley is the only one we can paint right now. These other ones are not quite there yet. Sucks, but okay. Yeah. So yeah, great. That's it for the stream. I do want to check out. I just kind of want to talk about my art list some more. So we just look at the art wish list some more because there's some fun ones in here. Like we saw the Space Marines. There's like DACA has some Dark Angels which are pretty cool. So they have like a couple of Dark Angels alternatives which look friggin' fantastic. Yeah, it's $18 for one of these guys, but this is like a hero character. So I mean, compare that to a hero character you get in 40K. Those go for like $30 minimum. So you're already saving money there, and then you have like the Black Griffin squad to go with them, which is 5 guys for 27, which is not bad compared to 40K, but there are better ones out there, and I could honestly probably just convert some Marines to look like this, but they're very much Dark Angels. They look really good. Actually, you know what? While we're here, why don't we just go to Daka store and see what their like main store has compared to only because there's like some I'm sure that don't appear on Only Games that Only Games doesn't ship for them. Like these guys, like this guy, like Shay's Inferno Sword, Shay's Inferno Sword, or Shais Inferno Sword. This guy does not show up on Only Games at all. So he's you can order him strictly through DACA. Let's see. Can we sort by when they're shipping? Because some of these are shipping from the UK. I think it's all shipping from the UK though. Yeah, they have all kinds of bits and stuff you can do. So if you wanted, you could have like, the pauldrons and stuff from these guys and mix those with like the Station Forge guys. So it might be cheaper just to convert Station Forge Marines into being Dark Angels, like pound for pound, like model for model. Because you can just buy like a couple of the heads for $5 and then just stick them on there and be like, these guys are Dark Angels now. It's like, oh, okay. Like the rest of the suit doesn't look like that, but that and the pauldrons just are enough to tell you like they're Dark Angels, you know? Let's see. They have all kinds though. They do all kinds of bits in here for kit bashing. Yeah, these are the cyber ghosts. So All right, apologies for that. Life happens. Moving on. So these are the cyber ghosts from DACA. So these are actually on my list as well. So these are these are further alternatives to the Tau stealth battle suits, which I think these ones are pretty great. And so I would probably try to fit these in. Like if I could get them a square head instead of the rounded head, you know, like they would fit into my other one. Like in I don't know why I closed it, but if I look at like the droids from the Hive, not the burst droids, but like it sucks I can't just get bits from the Hive, you know? Like maybe I could stick a fucking drone. No, because the drone would be bigger than his head. But yeah, if I could get like one of these guys' heads, like we had like leftover heads from somebody, you know, or I didn't build all of the warriors or something, you know? Like it's just yeah, that does suck that I can't get bits. This is where 3D printing comes in, but I don't have the you don't have the money and the inclination to. It's like the fumes and everything. You got to be really careful with that, and I don't really have a space for that that's dedicated. So you know, but no, I mean if I bought like shit, I could probably just buy this Alpha Strider droid guy, clip the bits off the back of his head, like if I just shaved the if I just clipped him off, shaved it down, and then put that head on. If that's how it comes. If the head's already in there, I'm kind of screwed. But if it comes with the head off, which I assume it would, because so you can position it to be looking in different areas. But yeah, assuming these heads do come off, I could probably just order like 3 of these guys. But if I'm gonna order 3 of those guys, might as well get like a whole troop here and cannibalize some of them. You know, maybe get some burst droids, so I have a couple of guys for a burst droid squad, and then cannibalize that, or buy like a couple of matrix shards because they're pretty cheap and their head would fit pretty well, I think. You know, as part of his head. You know what I mean? There's ways to kit bash it. I'm sure there's like robot head, you know, like little bits you can get for like $5 that would be square that would fit. Because the rest of it fits pretty well. It's got the cannons, it's got the lines, it's got everything you would kind of expect from a Tau stealth battle suit. And so you could make it work if you can get the bits for it. It just sucks they don't have like an alternative version of it that's more square than round, you know. But they're trying to be Tau. That's the idea. These where are they? Where'd they go? These from the machine cult. So these guys I want to fit in my Mechanicus build as like special shock troop units because they're shock priests. So that could be fun. The Necrons we looked at, not a fan. These guys. Oh, this machine called Archon, he's on my list. That's great. Yeah, these are also the guys that do the Dawn Guard. Crusader guys. Skilla Battle Brothers Beast Hunter. Did I have this on my list? Yeah, no, he's kind of meh, you know. Like he's not as Space Marine as I would like. These guys are on my list. Gonna add them to my Death Corps because they kind of fit right in as snipers. Oh, you can buy them single snipers. Cool. I didn't realize that. I thought you had to buy the pack. But I mean, if you're going to, then you save some money if you buy all 3 versions of it. Relic Sister. That was a Relic Sister. I don't know. We'll just take a look at this real quick and kind of appreciate Daka Daka. Maybe you guys will get some ideas. See, like, these flares don't look as good. Like, these, like, flesh eaters. But we know they're flares. Like, they're not, like, super great. Like, no, they're see, this is the thing. It's hard to describe. They're a great design. They're just lanky and very much, like, Necron light. Whereas I want a pure alternative to Necrons. You know, that kind of thing. So the Relics is just not bad. Not super great, though. The second Death Division Cavalry, they're on my list. Robot Legion Swarm. These guys could probably fit with the Necron, the Robot Legions I have on my list. Not their Robot Legion, somebody else's Robot Legion. You know? It gets confusing, I know. Because the term Robot Legion is not trademarked. You can't, like, yeah. So, you know, a couple of these guys, I mean, $30 though. Yeah, but you get 3 swarms of them. So that's what, like 10 guys a swarm? Something like that? Or 8 guys a swarm? How many? Okay. Robot Legion's bot swarms is a set of 3 models. Okay, so the set, I assume, includes these bases that they come on. So let's count. Let's see. 1, 2... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can assume there's at least 7 in each set, right? It's showing 8. So it's possible it's probably 8. So that's like 24 models of these little dudes, but they go together, so in reality you're really getting 3 models for $30, which is some GW level prices, but these are also swarms. There's not just one unit, it's like a little multi-unit thing. So it can be pretty cool. It could be pretty fun if you want to stack those. What else? We got Lust Demons, we got Speaker Sisters, so if you want some Battle Sister alternatives, they got you. They also have bases, that's pretty cool. As for the Stormfathers, that's like a Viking guy. Then they got bits for the Space Vikings. Yeah, they seem to do a lot with bits, which, you know, I wish they would just put them together in a kit instead of, like, here, do kit bashing, which is great, but, like, even if it's, like, 5 guys for, like, $30, like, okay, I'll eat it and I'll do that, you know? This little unlock. Why is there this little unlock? I guess maybe they had like a fundraising goal for these guys, like on Kickstarter or something, and it's like, hey, you know, these are cool, or maybe they're like exclusive prints. Oh, look at these little tiny V-Deps guys. These are V-Adepts. What are V-Adepts? I don't know. They're cute. I like them. Little armored dudes. Yeah, and then you have like Steam Guard Ogre Squad. I think those are on my list as well. Let's see. There's Vulture Horde Commissar. I don't like his head. Let's see. The Bull War Boss, that's on my list because that's a pretty cool looking orc. What else do we have? The Dawn Guard Ogre. So yeah, the Dawn Guard Ogre goes for 10. So getting 3 of them for like 30 is like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough, you know. Pandemic Warrior, Pandemic Zombie. So there's like the Pandemic Zombie Squad, which is a pretty good deal. 15 for 10. Like that's, if you're running zombies, you get lots of zombies. That's cool. Wolf Queen. I think, did I put the Wolf Queen on mine? I don't know. I don't think I did. Did I? Let's just look for the term. No, I don't have a Wolf Queen in here. The only queen I have is the Robot Queen tripod. No. It is a good one, though. Like, for 25, though, for a singular model, I mean, it's an amazing kit. But unless I'm going to run Space Vikings, unless I'm going to do, like, you know, Space Wolves, Space Vikings type of thing, there's really no reason to buy it, you know? And this is not that I'm strictly building for tabletop, but I'm building armies I like. And if I don't like it, if it's like, if I'm not going to have a whole army to go with it, then I'm kind of screwed on that, aren't I? You know? That's just, yeah, it's like, why would I bother? Good heads and stuff around here. Yeah, let's see. I know I have Engineer Brother, Sethlins and Lord Master Brother Agamon. They're both on my list. This is some pretty great bits, though. I mean, Brother's Arms options 58. So it's like you got like Skilla Assault Brothers Stealth Knife set of 10. So it's like you get a fair bit of options if you do kit bashing with Daka. Daka has lots of kit bashing options. These pauldrons look great. You could so slap these on, boom, you got an instant, you know, couple of salamanders going. Yeah, and I think that's the great thing about kit bashing, though, is like, you see this and it goes, oh yeah, a set of 10 pads, yes. However, if it's 5 and 5 of each, you know, then, like, you could do 5 with both pads on, or you could do 1 pad on, and then, you know, of the other ones. See, the ones I respect are when they let you change certain things, like Beastarium. Beastarium on Only Games is pretty good. Hold on. Let me go show it off just because it's really cool. Beastarium has that with a lot of their guys where you can get different poses. That's not at all what I was looking for. Where is Beastarium? The fuck? Beastarium Studio. That's the one I'm looking for. So like, where's the guys I have on my list? Oh, there's some guys in here I did not see. No, I just no, I saw those. I didn't care. Actually, wait, no, I may have missed some. I don't know, but I got enough on my list to keep me occupied anyway. No, there's some dudes in here. I forget what they are. They're in here somewhere. They're like hunter dudes, or like they have like bird beak helmets. I don't know what they're called though. Like I don't recall what they call them. I know that makes perfect sense. No, there's where are they? They gotta be in here somewhere, right? Like there's no way you just don't have them. Well, it's going from like best selling, so maybe they're not a bestseller, but they are fairly freaking cool. Which I don't know. You know, I don't know why I'm looking through here. I could literally just go back. I don't. Why do I keep closing the art list? I'm talking about the art list. I need to keep it open. All right, but yeah, I have like fantasy and dark fantasy down here, so like undead gets its own category just because that's like a bunch of like wraiths and like fucking skeletons mostly, like wraiths and skeletons. There's a couple cool ones there, but yeah, there's like Drugger, Quickblade, Night Redeemer, Deliverers. That's what they call them. They call them Deliverers. So you got like these Deliverers, and you can get all three for 12, or you can specifically buy just one that's in a specific pose, but you lose out on that. So if you don't care what the pose is and you think all the poses are pretty cool, then you're good to go. You got like $12 for 3 models, which is fucking fantastic. I mean, the idea of getting any model for, like, especially with this detail, look at the detail in this sculpt, like all the little bags and everything on her, like that's really good for $12. You get all 3 deliverers. Like, goddamn. But if you only like, if you want a bunch that are propped up like this, then there you go. You have to spend like to get 3 of those. You'd have to get what 650, like $20. So you have to pay for them to specifically print that one and make that one for you. Whereas if you order all 3, they just have that file set up and it's easier for them to do in an assembly line order. Whereas one singular thing takes more postage because if you're just ordering the one thing. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't dynamically change the price, unfortunately. But yeah, Bestiarium is good about that, where they have like multi poses. So like multi like pose singular selection, right? Like with this is I look at them, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, obviously this is for your chapter. You can like paint the chapter number or whatever. You can put a little decal on there, and that's cool. But you should still be giving the guys a choice here somewhere to be like, no, I just want 10 of these. I don't want any of these. I just want 10 of these. Because then you have to buy 2 sets if you want 10 of these. So you kind of, it's only $15. But the idea that you have to spend that much. Unless they have some alternative that I completely missed. Now I look like an asshole. But I don't think so. I mean, you get this, but then you don't get the little dragon head on. It's a specific type of thing. And I don't think any of these are going to give you that sort of option. Cool, it just went Russian for a second. What's wrong with Daka's site? I clicked on that and it went to Russian. Yeah, it was like Russian up here. I guess it was trying to recalculate whatever it was. Okay. But yeah, you don't really have an option for like the different things. But there is, you got that's why you get the STL files. And then if you pay for STL files instead, then you can print a whole bunch of those that you want. Which I honestly, I wish many stores would invest in that. Like, pick a spot in your back room in a well ventilated area and like do that. Like go to your storeroom, pick the furthest back corner, whatever's by the back door. You prop the back door open. You put a 3D printer in there. You have a little fan blowing to like blow the air out, and there you go. So fumes don't get anywhere. But these are great. I like this. This is a great set. Because these aren't too different from each other, so you're not getting a massive difference like you did with the other one. But yeah, and then there's this, the infantry for Second Death Division. Those guys are great. Oh, this one's not shipping from UK, so it might ship from US. Sweet. In life, war. In death, peace. In life, shame. In death, atonement. Glory to the first man to die! Yes! Hell yeah. Fucking love it, dude. Oh, Grimdark. You gotta love it. And then there's like the Vultures gang, which, okay. I don't know why, but they're there. There's like a female medic you can put in your squad if you want to. That's kind of fun. Oh, this is actually a really good shot of the Dawn Guard guys. So these are kind of what the Dawn Guard end up looking like when you fully build them. He's commander, so he probably has like the head plumage. But this is basically like you could see these guys slotting in with the rest of the guard, like as a guard division though. Not necessarily in the Death Corps, because the Death Corps has to have gas mask. Like you can't. You have to have these guys, you know. Grenadiers Command Squad, you know. And I think those are on my list. Pretty sure there's some goblins. Ooh, little sandbags. That's fun. I didn't know they had those. Let's see what else. Big Brain Boy. Oh, here's a Nightwing set. Oh, the Nightwings. Yes, not the Night Lords. No, the Nightwings. Oh, see, these are really cool. These like guard infantry helmets. These are fantastic. I like that each one has a slight variation, but the overall shape with the antenna and the side piece is still the same. So they have this thematic consistency. But you got like just a little bit of deviation. So you have some clones. You have one, two. This one's special. This one has a clone. This one has a clone. They're similar enough. I'd call that a clone. So you got like a couple of special ones out of the 7. So you have a couple of clones, I should say, rather. Let's see, this is cool. Like see, this is fun because it's a decorative base, but you don't have to worry about cutting it out because they already cut out a little thing from the bigger thing. So ruins 2 in 1 set. So you get like some ruins, and you get like you can move him on and off that base. So you got him like on the shelf and then on the table. That's kind of fun. The Coven squads. That's more Battle Sisters. The Nightwings. They're Vampire Lord for the vampires. Imperial Guard female commissar, which is, to my knowledge, accurate. You can have commissars can be female. Nocturnal Claws. So that's pretty cool. Again, the bits are great. Once I get into kit bashing, I'm sure I'll be ordering a lot from DACA to get like the specific thing we want. Like their Night Lords are fucking perfect. Like their Night Lords are on point. I mean, everything's pretty on point for them, but you know what I mean. It's like it's not like I can't believe it's not Warhammer type of thing. Like when you look at those Night Lord helmets, those are Night Lord helmets. You know, like these Imperial Guard troopers, they just put berets and weirder helmets on them. You know. Let's see what else is here. Spiders, group of 3. Not bad. Hey, not bad for 350. If you want 3 little spiders, you got 3 little spiders ready to go. There's some anti-tank mines. That's kind of fun. Not included. You have to specify that because some people are stupid. Yeah, see, here's the Dawn Guard Infantry Squad. So that's kind of what I bought. What about the modular one? Or I have it on the list. I haven't bought it yet. Skeleton Warriors. These guys are actually on my list for my undead list. There's just all kinds of options. There's the Heretics heavy weapons, right? It's so nutty. See, it sucks that, like, what do they do? Let's go by specifics, though. I want to see Grimdark specifically. Do you have, like, that's some stuff for Tau. We already saw that. They don't have much for Tau. They need more Tau, is what they need. What are Havoc Brothers? Yeah, they're Havoc Brothers. they're Chaos Marines, but they can't call them Chaos Marines, so they're called Havoc Brothers. It's not Chaos, it's Havoc. It's not Mechanicus, it's Machine Cult. Which Mechanicus is literally like what it means is a machine cult. Like, it's so funny. Battle Brothers, Battle Sisters, Battle Sisters. So yeah, we got like the Battle Sisters. See, theirs aren't like super great. They fit very well into the Warhammer, but they're not as significantly of a departure as the one from One Page Rules. The ones over at One Page Rules are fucking fantastic. They're so cool and unique looking. There's the Scylla Legion. Is the Scylla Legion the Salamanders? Maybe? Who's the Scylla? Who are they trying to be? I don't know. Yeah, these must be the Are they? No, because that's the Omega symbol. That's the Skilla Legion Omega. Yeah, so they are the Alpha Legion then. No, because the Ultramarines have the Omega. It's weird, man. It's weird because the Omega sign is for the Ultramarines, but the dragon with scales is associated with either the Alpha Legion or it might be that they're flipping it on its head because in 40k the Alpha Legion do have a sort of scaly, snake thing going on. But the head looks more like a dragon, which makes you think of the salamanders, Right? Like, let's see, they have a skull here, which makes. And an A. Oh, okay, no, they are Alpha Legion. These are Alpha Legion. Look, two snakes, like a Hydra, with an A. They're Alpha Legion. Okay, they are Alpha Legion. So wait, do they have a? I mean, you could play them like if you use just like the thing without the dragon head, and you just use the scales. Like if you just use these scales instead, or just use it without the Hydra head in general, you could pass it off as a fucking what did I just say? A Salamander's Legion. There's Orc Marauders. Yo, Orc boys. 26, not bad. Orc Marauders with shooters. There's only 10 though. Station Forge will give me 12 for 30. So, 10 Orc boys. Yeah, I love the Make Wa. One day I might buy the Make Wa just because it's funny. Orc Marauders with slashers, so they're a little priced down. They seem to be having some kind of sale, so depends. Let's see, Steam Guards. Yeah, these are the Steam Guard guys. Jungle Fighters, so they have Catachan. So that's kind of fun. I like they give them little park ranger hats. That's fun. Death Division, Imperial Guard, the Imperium of Man. So Imperium of Man looks to be mostly, that just encompasses all those. Do you guys really not have any Tyranids or Eldar? Renegades and Heretics. Wormhole Demons. Oh my god, they actually just call them Wormhole Demons. So these are clearly like Slanesh style demons. Some of them. Hold on, they might have more. No, it seems like what they're doing mostly is the Slanesh demons. Okay. Hang on, they do have. I saw something here. Renegades and Heretics. No, that's not it. What did I see? High Elf fleets. So yeah, see, they don't have a lot. Like, they basically have nothing for Eldar. Which sucks ass. They have the Dark Eldar, but they don't have the regular Eldar. But that's fine, you can get the Itinerary from, only games. Yeah, see, they have Alien Hives. See, they have Alien Hives, but I actually have something called Alien Hives online for the, Aliens. Where are they? I have a shit ton of Ratmen, by the way. Like, not all in the same category. There's, like, two or three different armies. Like, some of them are high fantasy. Some of them are, like, tabletop wargaming. Some of them are... Like, there's, like, 2 to 3, maybe even 4 different, like, sets in here of Ratmen. Just because I like the rats. I don't know. Something about tabletop rats. They always end up looking good. Even when they don't look great, they still look good. Yeah, but like with the Tyranids, you have the Alien Hives, which is a pretty great deal. I mean, $90 for a start playing set. So you get the set, and it comes with the rules of how to play these with, like one-page rules, like own variation of it. But look at these. These as Tyranid variants, like they blow the shit out of Games Workshop's designs. I mean, let's see how much are the NIDs, because I didn't get to compare the NIDs yet. Because, yeah, that's just one thing I didn't get to compare. Let's see. Tyranids. If we look for just Tyranids, let's look for a specific one to see how they stack up. Like, I think the Swarms would be the easiest way. No, not the Swarms. That's not what I was thinking of. Raveners? What did I think of the Raveners? No, the Raveners are big guys. Where's my little shooty guys? Are they the wing shooters? Is that the one? No. I mean, there's like regular shooters, but you get those in the start playing set, so I didn't put like their thing on here. Okay. Well, let's see. What are some of the basic stuff? I mean, you got like Gargoyle Brood. Yeah, so you got Gargoyle Brood, which is like winged shooters essentially. So if I look at winged shooters, Gargoyle Brood goes for 45 and gives you what 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's actually a better deal if you're playing Tyranids. Just buy straight up Tyranids. You know, assuming they're not freaking out of stock. Yeah, because they give you 10 multi-part passive Tyranids, model supply with small flying bases. Yeah, but it can really just depend on what you're running. Like with this, like the Termagants, like the Termagant Brood, you get like 12 of these guys. So, you know, but that's just comparing it to the Alien Hives, which you're not really buying alien. You're buying Alien Hives because they look fucking cool, not because they're more affordable. Because you can look at how dinky these look. These don't look super great. Like they don't look exactly super grimdark awesome. They do look good. They're just like a little goofier in their design. They're a little smoother, a little softer than you'd like. But I mean, we got like the Apex morphs, right? These are like big dudes. Like $100 for those guys though. It depends on which ones you get. Like those are the bigger guys. Where am I looking for here? I'm looking at like the range crawlers. So like the range crawlers are kind of their equivalent, I guess, to that. Let's see, how many do you get? It does not say. And from this picture, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get 6 for 42. So it might be better to get that. But again, I mean, the question is, do you want to pay for quality or do you want to pay for something that looks like just that hasn't had a model redesign in a while? Because the Tyranids are still the same design from like at least 20 years ago. They are basic bitches. Like they've not had any updates to what they look like. You know, and again, that's the main point for me of looking for these alternatives is one, does it save me money? Right? I have to ask that question. And two, if I'm not saving money, and in some cases, if I'm in fact going over the cost of, if I would just buy it from Games Workshop, I get what I want. If I'm going over that cost, what's justifying that cost? Are they coming with extra units? Are they, is it a better set? Is it a better look? Like visually, does it go harder than Games Workshop stuff? Like with the Robot Legions, prime fucking example is you got like some gunners and stuff, like start playing kits and whatnot. Where's like my Gauss guys, my Gauss Eternals, right? So these are 5 guys for 20, and these are like ranged, like cool guys. But like look at them, look at these absolute units. They're big, they're chunky, they look fucking cool, man. They got big chunky guns, They look at Games Workshop for Necrons. I mean, you're just gonna see these thin little dudes. Which again, they're not a bad design. They're just not like incredible. In depending on which model you're getting, like in general, they're not like crazy. Like there's Necron Warriors, so these are the closest to the Robot Gauss guys. These guys are 50 for but they also come with little swarms, so that's kind of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 in here plus 3 of those guys, so it could be good for you to buy it, assuming they get to you. I mean, you can still get 10 of these guys though, right? For like $40. Yeah, 10 for $41 is essentially what you're gonna get. So you're gonna get 10. They're gonna look beefier. They're gonna have these cool capes that are all hanging down instead of just being these bony dudes. Which again, the Necrons aren't bad. I love the Necrons. They do look really cool. It's just like if you're gonna get that, you might as well get these guys because they're bigger and beefier. And let's see, where's the like swarm? There's like a Robot Legion form. Like we looked at the swarm before actually, where it was like 3 models for like whatever, Flesh eaters, snakes. I mean, it's just again, it depends on which one you're getting. Yeah, I don't think I put the swarms in here. There are swarms for these guys though. Like, if we look for Robot Legion swarms, you can compare like, yeah. So these ones are a little more expensive actually. But they're bunched up a lot more. These ones, if I'm gonna spend the money to really pack those all together, I'm gonna go for these guys because they're just a really nice look. Versus the GW ones, which again, it's you're paying for like detail and you're paying for an individual artist, right? In a smaller company to make this rather than GW with a design that they have not updated in years. But not only are they charging, for that, they're not updating the design, and they're starting to charge more money, like over time for it. It's like, how am I supposed to get into the hobby if you're gonna fucking price me out immediately? Like even the orcs, even like the orc guys that I found that are on sale, it's like, eesh. But again, it depends on which army you're building, right? Like it depends on if you compare and contrast. Like with the Tau, it's demonstrably easier to build Tau with third party than it is to go with Tau through Games Workshop. And I feel like that's kind of got to do with their business model as well, where they have printing, whereas well, they have the casting, right? They cast them in like resin or whatever, right? And so they come in on the sprue. Whereas these, like everything on this list is basically 3D printed. Like from my understanding, it's like all these guys do is 3D printing. So that means that they're made to order, which is more specific, right? But that's the key is that GW mass produces things to be sold on shelves, whereas these guys are doing specialty orders when you buy it. They're not making stock to go into stores. At least I don't know if any stores stock these. It would be cool if they did, but I don't think GW would take too kindly to people, like stocking both Warhammer and the competition. I feel like, GW would probably just pull their stock from whatever store that is, which would just be a mistake on their part because that would be them conceding that the other guy must be superior, like either in price or in quality, to make you want to run away and not compete with them. Instead of be like, no, we know people like Warhammer like proper. You're like, yeah, put it right next to us on the shelf. We'll stack it up. We'll see. But they don't want to because if you put Hive on a shelf next to a box of Tau, what are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy the Cyber Ghosts or the Echo Droids? Like even if you just want like that's what I'm saying. It's like, but it's all based on popularity as well, right? So you can see it's a hard time trying to find guys that'll make Tau or make Eldar, because Tau and Eldar are not played that much, right? You got your Space Marines, you got your Mechanicus, which also aren't played that much, but you got the Space Marines are popular, the Battle Sisters are popular, the Necrons are popular, even the Nids you can get some kind of Nids, right? But trying to find these Tau, I mean, I found basically one type of Tau, and even then I had to augment it to get some of the battle suits from some other thing. But there's ways of doing it. There are ways of forming this army and kit bashing it and making it work for what you need it to be, and saving a couple bucks while you do. Versus GW being like, no, give me all the money. I want all the money. Like the money you save building a Tau army this way, like you save $45. You can use that to buy. You could literally use the money you save for that to buy an Angel Shark to go with it. Like, to go with your little new combat patrol you got. Or for 45, I mean, you can turn right around and buy a bunch more drones and droids or something. You can buy like 2-pack of those. Like, I don't know. It depends. But that is it for the stream. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, do the usual, like, subscribe, check out my streams. I will see you guys in the next video. Rave the Rager, signing off.